good afternoon or evening or morning, depending upon where you are, because apparently we span now most time zones as a community. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 52. Holy shit. Episode 52. I never thought we would actually get this far. Of the Orbita Crusade. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, the Orbita Crusade is indeed actually the 700 Acadians' personal homebrew campaign that tells of the stories and lore of how this great Imperial Guard regiment, Adeptus Astartes chapter, and all the factors in between came to be who they are and where they're going now. I'm Achilles. I'll be the GM for this evening. If you guys are the first time watching, for those of you who are coming back on to view for again, thank you for being a loyal audience and putting up with our shenaniganry every single week. Anyway, let me go ahead and start pulling in the players, and let's kind of get the show on the road, shall we? Are we? Try that. How was that? Can you guys hear me better now? Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get them in here. Hi, friends! Looks like, yeah, it looks like Liru is still trying to finish up his homework. And Exorcist is probably grabbing his lickies and chewies. It's a real term. Look it up. It's an old army term for basically, like those little snacks and stuff that you see soldiers always having around.
So, I have no idea what you're talking about. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So, are you familiar with Doom modding, Achilles?
Absolutely not.
I'm trying to shill a Siege of Racks inspiration. It's pretty keen, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you play as the Nutkrieg.
alrighty then. Looks like we're still waiting for the ops to finish up here. Breezy Kaladin will be here a little bit later, closer towards the end of the show. Probably around 7 o'clock, he assumes. He tells us to message him or text him if he needs to do any big time decision making or anything like that. Beyond that, he will just basically follow around the party wherever they go. Kryleave and Mikol are currently in the 228 op because the 228 decided to have an op today. Whoa, what's up?
Sorry, I accidentally dragged something onto the screen.
Oh.
My bad.
Oh, you're good. Nobody saw it.
We have ops every Sunday.
Does the 228 have ops every Sunday?
Not usually.
Okay.
It's because their op was canceled on Friday, so.
Oh, gotcha.
It crashed like 3 times.
Yeah.
Was it canceled on Friday?
Not crashed. It just failed.
They canceled an op on Friday, so Sirius decided to do it Sunday.
Okay, gotcha. That's fine. They should be finishing up here in a little while because that's.
What's on Los Pagos?
That is the ancient Greek terminology for officer or captain. But yeah. So guys, how was your week?
Nice, I had it as holiday.
Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, I kind of had a
I
holiday
had
too.
homework.
Yeah.
I went from
I
A to
had to.
admin to L for loser to V for vendetta.
I saw the memes actually. Those were fucking gold. Yeah. So I don't know if I talked about this last week, but basically I've been in quarantine for like the past 7, 8 days. I got puked on by a cadet. My my car ended up crapping the bed, so I had to buy a new car. Um, and it took me about 5 days to find a fucking doctor that would actually do my COVID testing. Which, by the way, it's all negative. I'm gonna live, guys. Um,
Damn.
yeah, I know.
Shame.
So yeah, it's been like a fucking wild ride for me for this past week or so.
Live.
The most important thing is you'll live.
Yes.
Well, the most important thing is there's still time to change that.
Jen Killer, I say it really nonchalantly, but like the car that I had was kind of expensive, and I didn't want to downgrade. So, as I say it nonchalantly, it was anything but nonchalant. It was like a 3-day process for me. I wanted to Yaba, but the other cadre who were there had to immediately quarantine me. So I didn't even get a chance to yell at the fucking cadet for being so fucking out of shape that he puked on me from like just a basic fucking force march. It's pretty pathetic, actually.
Come on, Achilles. You can't do the privates that bad.
They're cadets. They're not privates, but
Oh, that's worse.
it
Plus,
is
which
worse.
probably means their lives are worse, even less.
In my mind, yeah.
Wait, aren't cadets? Wait, we mean by cadets?
Thank you, Vacuum, for your 9-month subscription. Thank you.
What are
Bad news is I
cadets?
couldn't get out in time for proper food. Good news is I remembered I had muffins in the fridge.
You're good.
Muffin
No,
bun.
I kind of got the stream started a little early so that because I posted the alerts way earlier than I was supposed to, so I didn't want to keep them just like sitting there waiting on a blank screen, so I just started talking.
I got you.
And then I pulled you guys in here to also start talking because I was bored and lonely.
Yep.
And
I feel that.
Tech Priest was doing something with his dog, and I didn't want to bother him on it.
Eh.
I drank too much caffeine, so I needed something to do.
Friggin' wired, huh?
I'm a little bit wired. But yeah, so that's all a thing. Cool. So,
Otherwise, doing good.
besides me having to buy a new car, getting puked on by cadets, having to find a COVID testing without a car, and then finding the car at the same time. But yeah, no, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm doing good.
Well, at least we know his spirit wasn't hurt.
Jen Killer says that he is absolutely loving his new job, so that's pretty fucking cool. What are you doing now, dude? Dude, that's awesome. GSA jobs are awesome. Alright, so let's not dawdle too much around here. Everybody else will catch up whenever they're done with their ops. I imagine that the 228 ops can't last more than 3 hours, right?
We've had an 8-hour one
Shut
before,
up.
so
That doesn't count.
What?
That doesn't count.
All you sit
And most of
down
you were
for
fucking
8
dead
hours
after
in
that,
front
so
of
I don't
Armor
even want to
Tree.
fucking hear it. But
All
anyway.
you sit down for
8-hour
8
one life op
hours.
win.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
I
Alright.
think the longest I've won was 5. Oof.
Oh, and there's Liru. What's up, Liru?
Hey.
Hey, sorry, I just got out of the shower.
No, you're good. You're good. I'd rather have you
I
out,
literally
fix.
did the same
after.
thing. Don't worry about it.
I'd rather have you after the shower than before it.
You sure?
I mean, dirty can only mean so many different things.
Send pics.
All right, so
Blood wine.
all right, so if everybody's doing all right, Lever, do you want to say anything about your week? How was your week? How you doing, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a little while.
Wow, how are you put on the spotlight? All right, okay.
Oh, you're fine. Who cares?
Panic.
Hurry,
It's
panic,
just
burn it
small
down.
talk, man. Don't worry about it.
Panic, write that down. No, it's just work and class, and more class work. And guess what I'm gonna do while other people are doing their thing in this campaign?
Are you doing
Amen,
classwork?
brother. More
Amen,
class
brother.
work.
Yay!
Yay.
Wanna do mine?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Pay me and I'll think about it.
There you go.
I am not
Capitalism.
paying you, that's right.
I'm all in
Oh,
support of good old
How
capitalism.
much do you know about referential integrity when it comes to algorithms in the C++?
Never say C++ around me.
Oh, that answers that.
So,
Ouch.
let's go ahead and get into our episode of Orbita Crusade, shall we?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, right? Nobody
Some
knows.
sort of LSD trip.
Oh, I just came in here because you were all here, and I'm like, oh, cool, a group. Maybe we can play Among Us.
Yeah.
Nice try. They were, you know, full well.
It's Tiger. I saw Tiger venting.
So,
It's Lear, 100%.
Damn,
I don't know, man. Red kind of sus.
Red always sus.
No, you.
oh my god. Is that your new
He
craze
just
now?
outed himself. Let's get Tech Priest.
Apparently, it's a new craze.
It's a fun game.
I have played it, and I was horrible at it because I didn't know what to do.
Vote off, what's it called, clicks immediately.
Oh yeah, no, that's just a default for me.
Yeah, okay, good. Literally any suspicion on
I do.
clicks, if
Yabba.
he's anywhere near
I
the
usually
body,
do.
and he's dead.
All right. So who wants to take me on a reminiscing field trip on what happened last session?
Oh boy, it was. Compared to other sessions, I think this was a lot of downtime. Correct?
So you guys were basically so you picked up right after the closing of the funeral procession that was hosted for the fallen member John Mason. You guys were mostly left up to your own devices, and you all found different ways to be productive during that that downtime. Some of you practiced your hand-to-hand combat skills, which you met the very enlightening individual who is Pack, your Ogren squad member now.
Yeah.
Of course, he only became your squad member after some of you were fairly nice to him, and others took advantage of him. Looking over at you, Gums. But nonetheless, Ogren are fiercely loyal to those who they consider friends, and Pack did indeed end up considering some of you as friends, others as allies to a degree.
Close enough.
Frank and Gums came to meet another fairly helpful individual who goes by the title and name Genitor Padiock Valen, played by our illustrious Peters, who you all began to learn was basically like the ship's chief surgeon or doctor in some sort of degree, or at least he was one of high repute, as he was the one who basically patched up Frank, patched up Gums, albeit not as kindly, and essentially was the one who was responsible for keeping most of your companions alive. over the
Which
course
means
of
he was
the.
a little less skillful when it came to guns.
No, he was equally as skillful, just didn't care quite as much. Gums has that effect on people. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, when you treat people like shit, usually you get treated shit in return. Anyway, the rest of the episode kind of unfolded as the majority of you had basically found your way to your own machinations. Frank has somehow acquired yet another heavy weapon of some sort, inexplicably, and is basically that's resting next to him right now.
And no one's gonna ask questions.
Not usually, but whoever has a hot mic going, you might want to turn on to push talk.
Sorry about that. I'll mute my mic. Making sure it wasn't me.
Yeah, you're fine. In any case, as the rest of the episode unfolded, Tiger and Mad Marker, I believe, spent most of both of your time attempting to put together more information for the up-and-coming briefing about what to do about the question of Hansel Heinz's monster, which has kind of been colloquially called, amongst the Legion, that is. A little bit less so because the information is not entirely open to all rankings of the Astra Militarum, but as you guys are privy to a higher classification of information, you also know what they're talking about. They spent most of their time putting together information with the additional aid of. With the additional aid of Kaladin, who provides you with some cursory information about the Underhive in general, given its current events, which confirmed your suspicions that there doesn't seem to be anything alive left down in the Underhive. At least nothing that registers on Auspex sensors. Vakin had put together the entire Legion's free medical and scientific resources into answering the question on what to do with what he has confirmed is a type of biomass that is being formed in the Underhive. And upon doing this, and somewhat to his dismay, but more to his delight, it only required one person. Janitor Padiak Valen had managed to figure out the answer to how to neutralize the biomass that is being formed down the Underhive. And the answer was as elegant as it was simple. Having now attained the answer, Vulcan immediately put together all of his resources that he could into creating as much of the enzyme that is needed in order to neutralize the biomass being formed in the Underhive. Thus brings us to the next day of what you guys did and the forming of the briefing. As all of you are invited, it is your choice to attend or not to attend. Tiger, you were not given a choice. Mad Marker, you are urged to appear, but are not required to. Vakin, as it's understood that you're usually too busy to deal with such matters, you are also given the choice to appear. Though you could sense that you probably should, given the information that you now hold. But that brings us to today. You're given roughly an hour before the meeting is to be held at the central command chamber of the Olympus station. Or sorry, it's the Olympus Starfort. What would you guys like to do?
I'd like to munch on a pie.
You can do so.
Because pies are for winners. I feel like I won.
Where'd you get that?
How's Gum's feet feeling?
Gums' feet are still hurting, but you can walk on it. It's not comfortable, but you can walk on them. You have always been able to walk on them. They just hurt.
Do they hurt less?
They do hurt less than they did the day before. Frank, you do not
Can
find pie.
can
Oh
Gums
my
get
God.
away with waddling on his heels?
You can.
Gum
You look
waddles.
stupid, but yes, you can.
Gums always looks dumb. So Gums waddles off out the med bay to the mess hall to grab a quick bite before he goes to briefing.
Pat,
Makes sense.
Pack, and Frank, you watch as Gums waddles out of the Medicaid chamber on his heels.
I guess that means he's feeling well enough to walk.
Does he want a football?
I don't think any more footballs are necessary to be tossed. But he might likely fall on his face at one point or another on his own.
Okay.
Maybe waddle away.
Mad Marker, Keith, and the other guys are not here. Okay. Mad Marker and Keith, you guys wake up in your barracks. You know exactly where Gums is, kind of. You know where he was supposed to be, and you know where Frank was also supposed to be. Cryleave is, or sorry, Alarian is also there for you, but he is not yet awakened, as he is not. He was also not required to be there.
Someone tells me he will, considering he's kind of an inquisitorial stormtrooper.
I'm going to get on the radio and over the squad frequency remind everyone that there's a meeting in an hour if they want to attend and find out how we're going to become horribly maimed next.
That's one way of putting it, Sarge.
Yeah.
That is true, Jen.
New combeat, who dis?
That's pretty much the answer I expected from Frank.
Yep.
Who
That is
dis?
usually the answer that you get from Frank.
What's your Steve level?
42.
Oh shit. What does that even mean?
Nobody knows.
He pipes up. Don't worry about it, Frank. Just assume it's higher than yours.
How can you hear what he's saying in my head?
Frank, I'm talking over a combi, just like you.
Why is there a second voice?
Party line?
Maybe, Frank, maybe you're hearing things and you should get examined by the doctor again.
No. That sounds like a trap. Frank
It's a
doesn't
trap.
fall for the simple traps of Steves. That's how Steves get promoted and sent to the front lines and die. But Frank's smarter than this. Frank will stay in the back with his autocannon and keep shooting the Steves in the face. Which Steve is which, you wonder? Frank does not know, but so far he's still alive, so it's probably the bad one.
Are we hearing this over the combi?
Yes, you are, mysterious voice, because I am narrating out loud. Why? Only the Steves know, just like why that one said 42. So what does 43 mean?
Oh, Frank going psychotic.
I think we ought to just show up at the meeting, Frank.
What meeting?
One that's going in an hour.
Where?
It's an optional meeting. It's at the Olympus Star Fort.
What's that?
The
Oh
big
my God.
shiny thing.
No, that wasn't you. That was Gums. That got lost for 5 hours.
Oh, God, I'm an idiot. You're not Steve's. You're my subconscious. That makes a lot more sense.
I'm not sure which one's better at this point, Sarge.
If you want to learn about the
Look,
Steves
look.
that you're going to have to shoot, you can come. If not, you can
Subconscious.
stay.
No. Listen. When we're in combat and I hear Frank shoot that guy to my left or your left, I forget, and then I shoot the one on my left, and then they say shoot the one on the right, and I shoot the one on the right. So yeah, you're my subconscious. Duh. Why did my subconscious just start speaking like Elvish or what? What are those things called?
Pretty sure it's called Tau, dude.
What the hell is a cow?
Anywho, we'll just say that you're busy doing Frank stuff.
Wait, what do you mean? We'll say. Does my
Those of us
subconscious
shown
have
to
a
the meeting.
mind of its own? Well, actually, that would make sense. Why are there so many of you?
You have
this
multiple
why I'm
subconsciouses
crazy?
now.
That's what I was thinking. Oh my gosh. Is there like some sort of intelligence behind this? One that I don't know about in my head?
Yes, and it's called the Emperor.
Yes.
Oh shit. Is that why I'm still alive?
What, you
'Cause
think
the
you're the
Emperor's
Emperor?
protecting
Shut
me?
up, I'm the Emperor.
Why?
No, I'm Alfarius.
Why does that voice sound so sissy?
Kiss my ass.
No, I'm Alfarius.
I think that's what you'd want, though.
No, that's what you want. Pervert. All right.
Wait, but if he's me,
First off.
how do I kiss my own
Who's
ass?
this new voice real fast?
You get really flexible.
Wait, how many voices are there in my head?
Good question.
Why are there strange noises in my head? I don't like those. Why do you keep laughing at me? Make it. Oh shit, this is a combi. What the fuck am I saying? Is this the spawn net?
Yeah, it is. Sorry,
Oh.
Frank.
I'll be at the meeting in an hour. I'm gonna get off now and cry.
Take your time. Just, yeah.
Bum 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 bum. Who hurt you? You did.
MSPNPC
Who
episode.
hurt you? This is not normal.
It was tentacles and a lot of things before that.
He's not
It was
wrong.
Tiger's pink robe.
You did lose an arm or two.
He's half beaten to death.
Anyway,
The enemies of
that's,
the Imperium
I think
leave
he's
scars
just
not only
gonna
on the
head
body,
over
but on
when
the
the
mind.
time comes. Usual morning stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this thing back in my ear. Okay, so let's pretend that never happened, and you all
Agreed.
don't have to know that I have multiple Wait, did you hear my subconsciouses?
I think you mistook us for your subconscious, Frank.
Oh. Are you sure?
I mean, my voice is the only one that isn't actually there.
There it is again.
As long as you don't
It's
listen to
the
Gums,
sissy
we'll
one.
probably be okay.
What? I never listened to the midget.
Good.
Gum's copy has been
Explains why you're
off
alive.
for the longest while.
I will end you.
Why does it keep... Do you guys hear the bad voice?
Nope.
No.
Sorry, that
Oh.
one's you.
Damn it. Why do I get the sissy voice for a subconscious?
Damn.
Because you're you, Frank.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tech
I
Priest,
guess.
can you roll for psychic damage for that? I think it's a 1d20. Plus 5. Anyway.
Where is
You know,
I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
somewhere in the world, guys, I don't know why, but inside my subconscious is a very vengeful DM that just wants to see the world burn.
So that's a you problem, Frank.
Now
I believe.
I ask this vengeful subconscious, is a 14 enough to purge this other sissy subconscious so I can stop listening to it on my road of recovery?
I'm pretty sure that's enough to make Oliver Jenkins die again.
Excellent! Wait, how did Oliver Jenkins become my subconscious?
How the fuck do you think? They're crazy!
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. If I have a fucking ancient
Surprise,
Brooklyn boy as my
motherfucker.
subconscious, I will literally go shoot myself with my heavy bolter. No, that is the line for Frank. That's where he snaps out of it and calls it. No,
Well-
we're done. Stick a fork
I
in
said the
Frank.
face.
We're
You
done.
Shoot yourself in the face.
There's one problem here. I'm sorry, but you don't have a heavy bolter. You're gonna have to settle for an autocannon.
Then you have a
I
last
can't even
cannon.
remember the gun I have. Get
The
this
last
dude
cannon.
out of
So Pat,
Imagine,
I'm so glad I thought this should be.
Pat,
imagine being
Oh,
the
boy.
one Cadian who's hunted by some dead Brooklyn guy.
so Pat Valen, you see as one of your patients is just sitting there kind of like screaming uncontrollably. What would you like to do during this situation?
I'm gonna go look in my cabinet for some antipsychotics.
It's not
That
hard to
might be a
find.
good idea.
Little man crazy.
User was moved to your channel.
Little man talked to himself.
I'm just
Oh
seeing,
yeah, Pack
Frank,
is in
you,
it as well,
you
isn't
still
he?
hearing voices?
What?
Are you
Oh
still
god,
hearing
is that
voices?
another voice? Where the
No,
fuck are you?
I'm behind you.
Okay.
Yes, it is I.
Thank God.
If you're still hearing voices, I have something that would take care of them, if you desire.
And no, it's not
What's
a
that?
live round at muzzle velocity.
Do you administer the antipsychotic?
What did Frank say?
What
I didn't
is
hear this
it?
one. Antipsychotic medication that will get rid of any
Excuse me,
voices
low
that aren't
gothic
actually
doctor.
This will make you stop hearing voices that aren't actually there.
Yes.
All right, I'll go and administer
Okay.
a single dose of antipsychotic
Uh,
medication.
Pat, go ahead and roll me a 1d4, please. Cool, Frank. You are administered with 0.1 cc of Haldol. Good night.
Uh-oh.
Do I roll a
Wait,
toughness
good
check
night.
or am I just done?
You can roll a toughness check and we'll see how long it takes for you to get back up.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, you're out for like the next 3 hours.
Oh no.
Wait, but there
Oh my
was-
god.
Well, at least he doesn't need to be on the meeting.
Perfect.
Okay, wait, out of character question. Was I able to put the storm bolter back in my room, or is he gonna have to carry that too?
It's it's not in your room because you went back to the Medicaid chamber.
Whoops.
Have fun,
God.
Doctor Man.
He doesn't have to do
Ma.
anything with it. I mean,
It's your pillow.
yeah.
Just throw a sheet. I'm gonna just throw a sheet over it from his bed. I'm gonna load him into like a wheelchair because he's not going anywhere.
A wheelbarrow. There you go. Wait, use a wheelbarrow. A wheelchair has a wheelbarrow. Yeah.
Might actually work. But yeah, I assume that I've been invited to this meeting as I was came up with or helped ascertain crucial information.
With the recommendation
wheeling
of
in
the Reclusiarch and the chief apothecary of the third failing, you're already a part of the squad, so you're also given an invitation.
Cool. I guess Frank will be we're each other's plus ones.
Sure.
In a sense.
In a sense, yeah.
You just wheel him in. He's like has drool going down the side of his cheek. He's out. He's fucking gone.
Yeah.
We'll see him later on in the episode because if you've never seen anybody get administered with Haldol, it's basically a way to make for a very cooperative patient.
That kind of
That'll
antipsychotic.
help.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll prevent him from getting up and wandering into places he shouldn't be anymore, like the reactor.
AKA a trank. Shot
Anywhere. Anywhere.
But there should be no lasting effects once he.
No, he'll be
Once he
lucid. He'll be lucid in like maybe 4 hours or so. He'll wake up. He'll be groggy. He'll be kind of like staring off into space for about an hour, and then once it wears off, he'll be okay.
It'll be okay. All right. Good enough for me.
It's not dangerous, but it does make for an incredibly cooperative patient, both before and after, they get knocked out.
Talking from experience here, Achilles.
Yeah. I mean, I've dealt with gross psychotics before.
Most of them in D&D.
No. This was before Achilles was a officer in the army. This comes back from my days as a paramedic.
Oh, dang.
But yeah, so I don't know if we actually have the creative of a wheelbarrow yet, but yeah, sure, why not? Cool. So that is Frank. Gums is off looking for food, right?
Yep.
Could have sworn I told the nurses to feed this.
You did,
It's okay.
but he didn't wait.
God
He
damn
never
it.
waits.
Hospital food is also bad. Also, the nurse always tries to poison Gum, so.
Perhaps he needs antipsychotics as well.
I mean, a little bit of Ativan here, a little bit of Ambien there, makes for, surprisingly cooperative patients. It's just a good way to do things.
Thanks for
On
the
the other hand,
advice.
there's always the option of just going opiates. It's a horrible idea, but
Ecstasy wants some heroin.
no, I already had some poppy seed muffin.
Anyway, so Mad Marker and Keith, I'm guessing that you guys go get some food as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
McGoal and Alarian, you guys are also given invitations to the briefing about the problem in the Underhive. Basically, what to do, what the next phase of the battle, I guess, way to put it, is the way that you guys understand it. That meeting is to be happening in about an hour.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Nicole, you were not given a choice. You have to.
Yeah, I
be
didn't think I would be.
Alarian, you were, as I told some of the other guys in the squad, you were given the choice to be there. It is your choice if you want to be there or not. The way the invitation read to you was that if you're not there, it's not that big of a deal.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll be there out of courtesy.
Okay. Frank
Plus,
is
so I can if white phosphorus is an option. No, okay, go on.
Frank is also invited, but is told that it is essentially, to put it in modern day vernacular, nobody is going to be sad if you're not there. Of course, you're not conscious to read this, so you don't know this, and you're being wheeled there anyway. Keith Garrett, you're invited as well, as one of the more senior members of the squad. Gums is not even given an invitation because nobody could find Gums because he keeps wandering off.
Won't Gums have. Wait, no, I took off the copy, never mind.
You don't have to come up with excuses. We know it's because he wasn't invited at all.
That is the story that the courier tells back to the Primarch when he reports back. I just couldn't find Gums, sir. I don't know where he is. He keeps wandering off. Nobody knows. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to do without him. And everybody
So
celebrates.
Gums justification is what you're saying.
There's a huge party without you, Gums. You just don't know it.
I mean, it sounds like a vacation.
Sure. Consider it however you wish. So let's pick up with Pack. Yeah, you see the tech priest doctor wheeling out Frank, going on their way to the meeting as well. Do you wish to follow, or do you wish to do something else?
So Pat goes, "Where are you going?" As Pat is leaving the room.
We are going to go attend a briefing for,
What briefing?
for the squad of individuals that will be going back down. Would you like to come?
I can
To meet
come.
plenty
I've
of
not
friends
invited before.
I need someone to make sure that if we find that rascally rat man, that we can keep him under control. So that's what I'll tell them.
Ooh, job, look after little one. Got it.
Do you bring anything with you, Pat?
Probably just some standard painkillers, just in case.
Okay.
Never know.
Alrighty. Just wondering. Let's see. Bringing us to Ilarion, Nicole, and Keith and Madmarker. The guardsmen of the group, what are you guys up to? I guess we'll start with Ilarion first.
Larian?
Yeah, sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
What are you up to?
I need to learn High Gothic, so I'm gonna go bother the Inquisitor about that. And if she's not available, an officer?
Okay. So finding officers is not hard. This is an entire crusade that has been basically absorbing broken Imperial Guard regiments as it's made its way across the segmentum. Learning High Gothic, however, is not an easy task, as you're basically, however old you are, trying to learn a language as an adult. Which, if you have never done this, for any of you that are old enough, it's not easy. So, let us. How long do you want to spend doing this task?
Up until I need to leave to attend the meeting. And this is just to find somebody who will teach me, and that's it. And
so basically, you want to spend 30 minutes trying to learn language.
No, trying to find somebody.
Spend 30 minutes trying to find someone to teach him to learn a language.
Yeah, and then set it up as in, I'll come back to you and we can do lessons like every week.
Roll me a fellowship check.
Holy shit.
Okay. It takes you the full 30 minutes. There doesn't seem to be a lot of officers who are willing to spend the time to teach what they consider a random trooper, NCO or otherwise, how to learn High Gothic. You're basically walking up to random officers going, "Hey, sir, I need to learn High Gothic. Can you teach me?" The fuck? No, go away. And basically you just kind of get that answer multiple times. You do find one who says that he may have the time, and is at least willing to try to teach you. But given the escalation of the conflict, as you understand it, you don't know if he will or will not have time.
Half success.
It's essentially a success. He is willing to teach you. He may not have the time to teach you, is the question.
Yeah.
You also may not have the time to learn.
There's kind of a war going on outside, so...
Yeah, there is kind of like an army of mutant Tyranid human hybrids that are forming in the Underhive that you have already fought, and apparently they can create gigantic fucking bioconstructs.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah, I can understand if he wouldn't have the time, so...
Yeah.
Objective completed.
Okay. And you also find your way to the hangar bay to head off to the Olympus. Bringing us to Nicole. What you up to?
I'm just going to read over paperwork and try and avoid other people while I procrastinate for an hour.
There is one report that comes across your desk from the Reclusiarch. It is a detailing of what he is going to be announcing at the briefing. It is basically a collection of information that he has compiled, along with a report also from Kaladin that essentially details exactly what you all understand is going on in the Underhive. Whole human populaces are basically being, for lack of better terms, melted down into a form of psychically resonant biomass, which is then being used to create mutant human Tyranid bioforms, which is what you guys have been fighting.
Gonna look at my recap and slowly put it down after reading that and decide that I'm gonna just drink clear stuff from now on.
Okay. Like water?
Then water?
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying the fucking words. You can all suck it.
Water.
Hey,
yeah.
hey, don't go after the New Jersey guy. Otherwise, you will feel the pain.
Water.
He's with me.
Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, you basically get that information. However, his report to you is after some big news that happened last week. So his report technically is not complete, but you do not know that. Yeah. So you basically get that much information, and you are also given the time and place in which to meet. If you would like to be there, or if you'd like to miss it, that is completely your choice.
No, I'm gonna be there for it.
Okay. You spend about 30 minutes going over some of your notes and things before finally deciding that it's about time for you to get your ass moving and make your way to the hangar. Bringing us to Gums, who finds food. You know where the mess hall is, and they know to serve you. They also know to serve you lesser portions.
Ah!
You thought I had forgotten, motherfucker? No! I have all
I
your
have repressed memories. God damn.
They serve you a half portion of what you're used to, and all of a sudden the pain, the anguish, and everything come flooding back to you as you remember it was at the behest of those who are in charge of you that you are to be served less until you cut your weight.
God makes a secret vow to punish those who have wronged him this way, and goes looking for the briefing.
You finish your food and also make your way to... Oh, wait, no, you don't know about the briefing.
Oh, I don't know about the briefing. Oh, I don't.
Which then brings
Yeah.
us to Keith and Madmarker. Were you guys going to get breakfast as well?
Yeah, before I get on the shuttle to head to the meeting.
Gotcha. Keith?
Yep.
All right. So, Gums, roll me an awareness check. You can add heightened senses to this.
Wait a minute. Didn't Madmarker send out the call over the radio?
Oh, fuck, he
Gums
did.
didn't have
He
his
did.
Gums didn't have his combi on, otherwise I had a token at
Oh, yeah, that's
Frank
right.
shenanigan.
Okay. Roll awareness check either way. Okay. You notice as Keith and Madmarker begin to finish up their meal, stand up, both walk out together out of the cafeteria.
Gum waddles after them. Sergeant! Hey, Sergeant!
What?
Gum just kind of angrily pouts, this little midget pout at the sergeant. You need to change your minds about the food.
What's wrong with the food?
You're serving me less. That's not okay. I am a growing ratling. And I need my protein and nutrients.
See, the issue here, Gums, is that you were growing, but you're growing in the wrong dimensions.
This is true.
This is
That
now
doesn't
canon.
make any sense.
Basically, instead of
Go.
growing up, you're growing out.
Well, I don't have long legs like you. I'll never be your height.
You know.
So I can't help it.
Well,
I
think of it
just
this
think you're
way.
racist.
Think of it this way. Chameleon cloaks only come in certain sizes. You get too big, you won't fit under one. You need to make sure that doesn't happen.
I still fit under mine. Watch. Gum whips out his chameleon cloak and throws it on.
You see the ever so slight was it convex? Yeah.
Contour?
No, yeah, honestly. You can see the ever so slight pudging contour of Gums' stomach sticking out from one of the folds of the chameleon cloak.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna poke it.
Keith pipes up. Oh, by the way, sorry, I think there's enough time for me to throw in a quick...
Gums tries to slap away the finger and tries to pull cloak tighter around him.
You can hear the straining of chameleon fibers.
Oh, jeez.
Gums lets out a little Pillsbury Doughboy. As you poke it.
Gums, you're gonna stay on this diet, and hope I don't tell them to restrict your food even more or put you on an exercise routine. Anyways, I have a meeting to go to figure out how we're all going to or what we're going to do next.
Yeah.
Can we take a vacation to some sort of quiet angry wolf once?
No.
Oh.
Besides, knowing our luck, the Agri world's probably overrun with orcs. Which, given some of the stuff we've been dealing with, wouldn't exactly be a bad thing.
Maybe for you, Creeper. You're the one with all the Krieg grandmother or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's right. Well, sort of anyway. But also, it would be particularly bad for you because they'll look at you as a snack.
I feel as if you're not trying to flirt with me at the moment.
Roll for charm. I'm kidding. Don't actually roll for charm. You're fine.
Oh, frick.
Hold on. I actually have points to charm.
Oh, no.
Please.
Oh, that was...
Keith, you feel as though Gums is trying to be flirty.
No.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding. That's why I said don't roll.
Yeah. Anyways, what meeting are you talking with? Yeah, is it like a only tall people meeting? I haven't heard of any.
It's
Or is it just a
optional
youth thing?
for most of the squad, and we figured you probably don't want to come because your feet hurt.
Gum kind of scratches his chin and looks up, and he kind of looks towards Keith. How much you bench?
Mad Market, can you
Good
roll a
question.
deception for me, please? Plus 20 since you're basically in a command position.
Have deceive rather than deception.
Or, yeah, deceive. Sorry, I forgot. I play multiple games, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Point 4 success.
All right. It's still a success. A success is a success. Gums, unless you want to roll, I guess it would be like a scrutiny check.
Scrutiny?
Yeah. Unless you want to roll a scrutiny check, Mad Marker seems to be telling you the truth. They legitimately care about your feet. Yeah, he's making that up.
The sarcasm drips from him.
Yes.
You know, I may be short, but my brain's still bigger than yours.
Anywho.
Anyways, yeah. So, Garrett, how much you bench?
Good question. Haven't checked in a while. If you're out volunteering as a weight, I'd happily oblige.
Sure, you can also carry me one time. And Gums just kind of T-poses, waiting for Garrett to pick him up.
One moment, please. Just check something. Wait, dang it. Didn't get any paracord or anything from the surface, so. Heck with it. Give me that chameleon cloak.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
No, I actually did.
Oh, sorry. Keith just kind of waves his hand towards him. He's like, chameleon cloak. I'm going to use that.
Guns kind of shrugs and hands him the rattling-sized Canadian cloak.
Oh,
Okay.
close enough. At which point, Keith then begins to tie the closest thing he can to a Harry sash or whatever.
He
And
makes
throws-
like an infant carrying sash, that you kind of almost like a hammock fits snugly in.
I'm
That's,
just imagining. I have like the mental image of those snark things.
You would not be far from the truth.
Oh god, I just realized something. Gums is literally the amp baby meme.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Ugh. What have I done?
So you guys make your way to the hangar, and you do find one of the kind of the jump shuttles that run in between, different ships of the Crusade and the Starfort. Being loaded up is the unconscious form of Frank, being pushed by the very conscious form of Paddock, who in tow has Pack, kind of scrunching down as he kind of walks onto the ship himself. Behind them is Ilarion and the regimental sergeant major, who walk on. Finally, the three of you make your way on board as well. Tiger and Vakin, you guys are already on the Starfort. Vakin, you would still be in your apothecarium, excuse me. And Tiger, I don't actually remember where we left you off at.
At the very end of the last session, we were in the arena, and Dad was saying, "Hey,
That's right.
you wanted."
Thought he was the imposter and we injected him.
Oh, that's it. But that didn't happen.
I think that's what people wanted to do with Holly.
Yeah.
No, McCall, this is a new round, you see.
Ah, got it.
So, essentially, the Primarch, before leaving the arena with you, it tells you you're needed in 1 hour for the briefing, and lets you be. You can see almost immediately as he walks away the gouge that you put into his back was already knitting itself back together.
Before it reads, I'm gonna take some pride in my work. Like, damn, it's probably a record for myself at least.
Or did he let you win?
I'm not going to dwell on that.
In any case, you're given enough time for you to basically, cleanse yourself if you wish, and appear back in the. No, I mean you have more than enough time actually, because you're already on the station itself.
And take 40 minutes for public bathing and 10 minutes for getting a snack before going.
Yeah, easily done. You find yourself a meat pie. It is tasty. For Astartes food. For this Astartes food.
Sustenance.
It is, yeah. It is sustaining. Vakin, any last minute things that you wish to do within the apothecarium before you move on to the briefing as well, if you wish to appear?
I'll just be making
All
my
is well,
way to
Chrissy.
the briefing.
Hope you are.
Nothing in particular. I need just order them to continue their work of producing and gaining hands on more of that enzyme.
With a strange elation and vigor, they begin to work at their task. Strangely enough, it would seem that this breakthrough has inspired all of them to do what is necessary, no matter the cost.
A little bit of mumbling of praise the Messiah.
Praise be the Emperor for giving us this point. I'm in one.
As you all are led by, or the guardsmen, and Pat and Pack, as you are all led by a team of honor guard Astartes to the command chamber. This differs ever so slightly than the command bridge of the Emperor's Endowment. Where the Emperor's Endowment has a commanding view of everything around it, the Starfort Olympus does not. Its command bridge is one deep within the confines of its own its own bulk. That's what word I was looking for. I'm having a really hard time with vocabulary today. It's held within its own bulk, meaning that it's almost in the very center of the entire structure itself.
It's like a bunker on a giant flying bunker.
Yeah, very much so. While the Starfort does have very elaborate areas that show the opulence that is the Imperium of Man, areas that are designed for combat seem to be housed within a bunker within a bunker within a bunker. And the command deck, and in particular, this particular chamber is no different than that. You walk in, there are no windows. The only illumination is provided by an ever-changing hologram of the known underhive area that has been scouted out or has been able to be surveyed by servo skulls that have not been damaged. And that's all the light that you see in the room. There are some individual candles that give minor illumination to some of the edges of the room, and there is a kind of a central throne that the Primarch is sitting in. One hand kind of over his face, and the somewhat kind of an homage to the Picard facepalm. God, why am I having such a hard time with these words today? Yeah, let's just use that. Kind of that same meme. To his right is Marcus Aurelius, who is kind of bent over talking to him, and to his left is Ajax, who is also leaning on his thunderhammer, also whispering to the Primarch. As you all enter the room, a faint murmuring across the multitude of different officers, commanders, polemarchs, and other Astartes officers can be heard. Also, the constant muted vox clicks of helmed Astartes can be heard as they communicate on a shared vox link with each other. But you're all left up to your own devices. McNull, you also recognize a few of these. I guess he'd be going at this period in our history. He would be going by the Lord Commissar Clix. Is in the corner, talking to a couple of the known officers that you recognize. He is very much so in his very opulent and look at me regalia.
I do a complete 180 and walk in the opposite direction.
You recognize other officers of the regiment now, kind of melded into C.A. Miller. Hey, thanks for following, man. he is. There's other officers that you recognize. There is
User in your channel timed out.
a Captain Dempy who is talking to his sergeant major.
Alfarios.
That at the time would be Alfarius. Yeah, actually, you're 100% right. I was just thinking about that. As well as a number of other officers from other regiments that have been basically melded into what is the Imperial Army for this crusade.
Do I see any Imperial fists?
There are no Imperial Fist. They were not, at least to the best of your knowledge, they were not invited to this command briefing, or they are not currently present in the immediate crusade. Gotcha. Okay. You do see a couple of salamanders, but only a couple. You recognize their current operating officer, the Regent Dragnok, along with one of his chaplains who stands there. They are off to the side. They don't seem to be partaking in any of the particular battle planning, allowing the commanding, what they would understand, chapter, to more take the front line in this, and they would attempt to try to support them as best they can. You see as the face-palming Primarch finally notices you guys entering and goes, "Very well, let's get this over with. I hate these tawdry processions." As he gets up. "Thank you, men and women of the Imperium, for joining me in this. We have before us a grave threat to not only this subsector, but possibly to the Imperium as a whole. The mutants that we have come to know as the offspring of Hansel Heinz's monster have, to our knowledge, begun amassing a mighty host. We do not know what their numbers are. We do not know what their full capabilities are. All that we know is that we have currently held them in the Underhive. This measure will not take for long. If they are to be understood as derivatives of the Tyranids, they must consume more biomass in order to survive. That means their next goal will be breaking out of the Underhive. This is what we know. The Reclusiarch of the Myrmidon Legionnaires, Tiger, as he motions his hand towards him, has collected a degree of information that we have found useful. At this current moment, we are operating with the understanding that there is no longer any living human soul within the Underhive. The entirety of its populace has been processed into what we now understand is the biomass that they're using to create their bioforms. Tiger, your squad of guardsmen and the apothecary have been down there more than any other of our forces thus far. What do you have to report?
So, on this, I'm going to take a step forward in the command room. And I'm going to successfully close this. Hold on. Alright. Well, after numerous scouting missions into the Underhive, it seems it has been clear that most of the Underhive is somewhat clear. During our expeditions, we have found that these sewers run with certain biomass, what we believe, in liquid form, and it is running into a singular point. There is a hole somewhere near the last remaining entrance into the underhive, which all this biomass has been flowing. We believe that whatever they're planning, they are amassing in this region. In addition, from reports from the front lines, we have found out that they seem to try and be adapting to our different attacks. Different strains fighting at the different entrance points before we had collapsed them suggest that they've been trying different strains to resist themselves against their various weaponry. So far, it seems that what we know about the Tyranids generally applies to these creatures as well. They have large, synaptic-like creatures that are able to control the smaller ones, as well as a higher intelligence is definitely present. And we do not know if this is just a monster at play, but there has been a greater intelligence at work, both sabotaging our efforts and leading these troops. I have comprised a report of the full findings of the investigations, and that will be sent by data slate to anyone who requests it. If you have any questions or require more information, feel free to ask.
You see the Primarch looks towards Marcus Aurelius, and then to Ajax, and then back at you. What do you advise should be the next step of action? Course of action?
The one thing that is certain is that we should probably not give these mutants enough time to reform and reassess the situation. Whatever we do, it should probably be quick and decisive. I believe our chief apothecarian might be able to propose a solution to how to end this menace.
Vakin?
With that, I'm going to kind of step forward now, being given permission to speak. Time is off. Around 1800 Standard Terror time last night, our forces of the Fisher Medicae came with a solution to a possible issue. With the samples we have collected through our diving into the Underhive and with information provided by many of our forces planetside, we have found an enzyme which reacts with this biomass of this creature. Although the biomass is not as similar to the way Tyranids work, it is somewhat different in the sake of it is not able to fully create things as it requires objects to convert, as you mentioned before, Primarch. This enzyme we found is capable and most likely going to have a devastating effect upon this biomass. The issue presented with it is highly likely that this Tyranid-like creature will be able to adapt once exposed to it. As such, the introduction of this enzyme to the biomass must be created at the source. As such, it must be introduced most likely to the creature itself.
I see. So if I'm to understand your findings correctly, your advisement would be some form of a surgical strike at the proverbial heart of the matter, directly to Hansel Heinz's monster.
I'm not one to decide the full plan, but I would recommend, one way or another, that this begins and ends with the creature.
I see. He looks towards Marcus Aurelius again, and at Ajax once more. What do you need?
That again, was that the Slayer Marines or the other two that you mentioned?
Those are the other two polemarchs. Those are two of the higher-ranking polemarchs of the Legion. The first and second phalanx.
The question was posed to those two, then?
No. Sorry. He looks back at Tiger and your squad, essentially, who is kind of gathered to one side of the hollow table.
Thought I'd double check. Because there was
all eyes are on you guys right now. all of you are basically given the floor to comment as you see fit, but the question is basically posed to all of you. What do you need?
What do you need? Wow, that's an open question.
Can we mobilize the full force of our regiment?
That's
He thinks for a minute. We are currently scattered upon 5 different worlds before Orbita itself. I have 3 phalanxes here, including my personal honor guard. The problem is not the amount of forces that we can deploy, but would be the means of being able to deploy them. Right now, we have the entirety of the mutants more or less funneled into one in and out location, one point of entry in exfil. While we could try to push all the forces through, the problem may be that if the monster as we know it finds out about it, we'd basically be fighting mere individuals against a sea of enemies. If this is what you think is best given your understanding of the situation, I can deploy what forces that we have readily available at the surface.
Unless and I'm going to look back at the rest of you guys, think we can get down there without being noticed by the sea and actually take care of this monster at the source. What do you
Hard part's
gentlemen?
finding the monster itself. That's my main concern. Is there any way we can track it?
Those of you who have it, roll Tactica Imperialis, or Codex Astartes, or
Assault Doctrine.
not Assault Doctrine, but Common Lore War.
That one I got. Ouch. Oh, glad somebody had the noggin for it.
I know the Codex Astartes.
Oh my
How did
god.
Gums pass that?
I don't know.
How did he
I'm
pass
wondering
that?
how Keith did roll a 70.
I rolled an 88. I don't want to hear it.
Fair enough. Then again, Alarian rolled a 96.
So let's try to go this from the bottom to the top. Alarian, you are currently, we're gonna say you're a little bit awestruck right now. The current numbers of the Crusade are not common knowledge for everybody, but what you see in this room, just based upon your understanding of Imperial task and organization, you can estimate that the current residing forces in this immediate area of the Crusade number probably close to the tens of millions of Imperial Guardsmen, likely a few thousand Astartes, which you would understand would be more than enough to take an entire star system, and then some after that. The question of what do you need carries with it the weight of an entire battle group, including, inquisitorial forces that happen to be in the area, including Adeptus Astartes forces that happen to be in the area, or not even happen to be in the area, but are in the area, including multiple Imperial Guard armor regiments, infantry regiments, light infantry regiments, the very own 700 Acadian, which you have been with for a incredibly long time, at its full force. Any other Imperial Guard regiments that have been collected upon the Crusade the entire time, reformed into the task and organizations of the Imperial Army, which number even greater, the entirety of their forces, and entire Imperial Navy air regiments, their supporting forces. The Primarch has essentially asked you, the entire squad, not anyone in particular, but the entire squad, what do you want? And at that question, you are completely dumbfounded. You don't even know where to begin. Let's see. The next round would be Nicole and Madmarker. As NCOs, you are privy to a little bit more knowledge than your basic line troopers or even shock troopers. And upon asking for the mobilization of the entire regiment, you are asking for a number in the hundreds of thousands to be deployed down to the Underhive. Understanding that you may be going up against the numbers of millions, you don't know of a good way to deploy all your forces through what is essentially a funnel that has been saving the lives of the entire hive thus far. Well, I'm sorry, did I say hundreds of thousands? I think the numbers for the
10,000, yeah.
Yeah. No, again, the numbers for the 700th have been redrawn back into Imperial Army lines, not
Oh, you're right.
Guard
Okay,
regiments.
so yeah.
You're probably looking at maybe about 1.5 million at the median point right now. You oversee a number of around 40,000 personally. As Regimental Sergeant Major, you would see a number of around 30 or 40,000 by yourself. But between the two of you, you can't conceptualize a means of being able to deploy that many forces through a funnel that has been saving the life of the rest of the hive right now. The current battle plan was to sacrifice the Underhive to save the rest of the hive. And while that is technically still working, you're also saying either make the hole wider, metaphorically speaking, and allow the entirety of your force to go through and begin try to clearing out as best as it can, or figure out some way to get the entire force down there, which you don't know of yet. Next in line would be Keith, and I think you're the only one that rolled a... Okay. Pack, for the purposes of this, I'm gonna say you just, you're just kind of like giddy by the fact that you see a lot of guys in shiny armor. Astartes and Guard and Ministorum, and let me see who else would be here this time. Yeah, those would be part of the most readily available at this time. But yeah, you see a lot of guys in shiny armor with flashy things. This is all like just kind of like hitting you all at once, and you're just kind of like, oh, there's a lot of stuff in here, and completely ignoring the rest of everything that's going on. Keith, on the other hand, Keith, you particularly prescribe to an idea of strike first and strike hard, but at the comment of deploy the entire regiment, you find yourself in a kind of unhelpful stance. While the current tactical analysis of the squad has been basically try to get in mostly unheard of and mostly unknown, and collect information and strike a blow where it most hurts, where it hurts most. You don't know how to do that when multiplied by 40,000.
Not
And
freaking lightly.
yeah, and when posed with that kind of a problem, you find yourself kind of like just being quiet and trying to see if there's any other information that might be able to lend, you might be able to lend a better hand.
Exactly what I'm doing.
Next up would be Gums and Tiger. You guys are on two opposite sides of the spectrum here. While you kind of understand that mobilizing the entirety of a 40,000 Imperial Guard army regiment down to the Underhive could be helpful. It could provide a distraction, giving you guys enough room to be able to maneuver and find yourselves, in a area where you could probably do more harm to to your enemy. You also kind of don't know of a way to move 40,000 men, troops, equipment, tanks to be able to do that. And in a worse off area, you're fighting in tunnels, which means the sea of guns that is the Imperial Guard, or now what is redrawn as the Imperial Army, can't really facilitate a massive fire without either harming itself or basically just being holistically unhelpful. And that's kind of what you guys begin to understand, is that Gums, from the understanding of, well, I'm best unseen and delivering a killing blow at a single target. How would 40,000 people be able to help me other than being able to provide a distraction? But then, how would they really be able to provide a distraction other than basically being meat shields? It's a worthless expenditure of life. Tiger, you on the other hand are kind of looking at this and being like, okay, well, they're humans. They're going to die anyway. Probably just provide more biomass to this creature, which then multiplies our problems. At best, they serve as temporary cannon fodder as my squad and I try to get in there. At worst, we're basically just multiplying our problems now. Vakken, strangely enough, the answer comes to you probably the clearest than anybody else. The question that lies before everybody, you see clearly. On one hand, you could deploy the entire regiment, and their massed fire could provide an opening for the squad to get in and be able to find a way to deliver the enzyme to neutralize the biomass. However, that's more of a long shot than anything else, because in doing that, they also temporarily provide biomass in the form of dead bodies that the creature could probably use. On the other hand, the creature has not yet attacked right now. It seems to either be biding its time or looking for a way out.
Hey, wake up.
You could provide it with a way out. Give me 1 second. You could, you could provide it with that way out, temporarily, and use the massed fire that is already down on the planet right now to hold it in place until you're able to deliver some sort of a killing blow. But drawing them down into the Underhive will be a measurable amount of loss, which means men are going to die a lot. And that's probably including Astartes' losses, because as you understand it, as the many fights that you have had with, either the creature's underlings or the creature itself, it is capable of great acts of violence and will continuously come at that force with everything that it has in order to break out. And that's basically just two sides of the coin that you are able to see. I think that's everybody that rolled, right?
Yep.
Okay.
My knowledge.
All right. That is your choices, gentlemen.
How accurate would be a teleportarium into the Underhive? Not very, right?
Teleportariums
No.
rely upon warp energy. There is a massive warp presence down in the Underhive.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad
interfere.
thing?
It fucking interfere, dude.
Okay, good to
Wake
know.
up.
Hey, do we have any, we're on board a giant spaceship, right?
Not really.
Yes, we are.
You're on a star fort.
Oh, that's even better! How's its
Oh
orbit?
dear. Oh no.
I'm sorry?
No, we're not doing this Black Crusade
hang
style.
on. No. Hear me out. What's its orbit? Like, how close is it?
You're in a... The star fort marks probably the midpoint of the entire Crusade. You are very high up. You're on like the edge of the ionosphere of this planet.
Okay, so its weapons are not in range for surface battery fire, are they?
They could. You're also talking about destroying the hive, the capital hive, which still has many billions of people in it.
You didn't hear me out. I'm not talking about shelling the entire thing. What type of ammunition does this have, or do I not have that knowledge?
You do not have that knowledge.
Could I inquire about that knowledge?
You might.
Primarch, this fortress we're on, does it have any, planet cracking rounds? I'm not considering Exterminatus in the least, don't worry.
What if we just shoot the lower hive?
One does not shoot the lower hive.
No, you shoot the hive, and
Yeah, you have to go down from the top of the hive to the bottom of the hive to shoot the bottom hive.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking of shooting the hive myself, by the way.
So why don't we do that?
Because there's like billions of people in the hive, my man.
A lot of workers, a lot of potential people, or soldiers, a lot
So
of
we take those.
potential.
We take the people. We remove them from there, and then we shoot it.
So Achilles, is he gonna answer my question?
he looks at you. Mind you, he still has his helmet on, and you can almost feel his eyes penetrate through your soul. The Olympus is armed with numerous different planetary orbital armaments, lance batteries, cyclonic torpedoes, a number of different planet-ending capabilities. Sorry about that. If you are inquiring as to its tactical capabilities, they are numerous, and yes, it could possibly do what you call planet cracking. Mind you, however, that would endanger the multiple billion lives that are on the hive itself.
So Primarch, do you think we would have enough accuracy, or maybe could transport a shell to the surface and detonate it on the outside of the hive, creating a new hole? One that would be much larger and easily manageable for us.
The entrance and exit is not necessarily the problem for us. We can open up any of the ingresses that we have closed off to the creature thus far. The main issue is that once we open one, the creature will immediately attempt to send its forces through said hole. You are now fighting a battle of attrition, which I do not wish to wage here. If we are to strike a blow, it needs to be the killing blow.
Well, there goes my idea, guys. I was gonna say battle of attrition against its forces and then go in for a surgical strike behind, but I got nothing.
I
Is
would
it
pose this question to
possible-
you if it is indeed a Tyranid, or Tyranid derivative. The Tyranids have the capability of harvesting the dead, both theirs and others, in order to fuel its own war machine, so to speak.
Yes, but they also want to find a way out. My question is simple. Send their forces out there. While their forces are out there, we will then have time to go into the Underhive while their forces are trying to escape. Yes, it'll be a race against time, but it is better than us trying to sneak through an entire Underhive to find the larger force. Of course, that would require massive combined arms and probably lots and lots of airstrikes to stem that horde, but I think we could do something.
Is there any possible way to drag the creature out of the Underhive? As the best way to describe it is the creature is like one of the creatures born on Terra, a spider, and the Underhive is its net. I believe the best chance we have would to be getting it out of its net.
Hence why I recommended that. If it's trying to escape through the net, we just have to hope. Other than that, I can't think of a way of doing it without endangering the entire hive and the city itself, except creating an external hole directly to the surface. A hive's defenses will still be in order, and their defensive or the funnel inside the hive itself will not get any larger or unmanageable. It's not like we are versing a hive ship or a hive fleet here.
Not that we know of. Nonetheless, if this is what you propose, then so be it.
I'm going to look at the rest of the party. Do any of you have any adjustments to this or counter plans? I'm all ears.
The teleport carrium was said that it wouldn't be accurate enough for personnel, but what about, say, explosive sentries or even turrets?
The accuracy of the teleportarium in general is the question. If we try to transport anything down to the Underhive, there's such a psychic presence down there that anything that we transport may or may not make it. We're unsure of which. I believe the Greater Imperium calls this phenomenon the Shadow of the Warp.
Is there any
It seems to be a more
possibility?
localized phenomenon.
Are there any Sisters of Silence present within our sector that you request reinforcements with?
While you can't see his face, you can almost sense that his pause is a seething, kind of like a subsission of rage. It would seem that the once fabled Sisters of Silence have favored my brother's campaign over mine.
Oof.
Tucked.
That's a big oof.
Sisters of Simping.
Oh!
Hey,
Thus, to answer your question, unfortunately no. They are not with us. I had been in some contact with the Adeptus Custodes. My father's own personal legion does support our campaign in word, if not deed. However, any support that we get from Terra would take many months before it ever arrives. I do not know if we have that time.
Brother Apothecary, how sure are we that there is one central point in which the monster is creating these forces? An assimilation chamber, if you will.
I am unsure of that, but I do know the monster itself is involved. There have been psychic. It's been known that this biomass reacts psychically, and much like the Tyranid forces and how they control, these creatures are being controlled. Though unlike on the full level of a Tyranid fleet, this control is mainly done through the main creature itself. It is like a Tyranid fleet, but on a lesser level of organization. But the creatures themselves do act, from as you have heard and seen, Ecclesiarch, more independently than standard Tyranids. I believe that is where this creature makes its trade-off of its psychic control being reliant on it only.
What I am concerned about at the moment is that if it is known that it is the only thing creating these creatures, and it requires all of the biomass, we know for sure that this monster is somewhere down that hole, for that's where all the biomass is going.
Yes, Ecclesiarch.
The problem with a surgical strike would be we do not know where the monster would be, and we do not know how deep it would need to be, and how much farther past its endless forces could get.
Wait a minute. Is there anything we could use to draw it out?
I remember one thing you mentioned before, Ecclesiarch, as an idea, was possibly giving it a exit of sorts that it could utilize, if you remember that. Is that plan possibly still viable? Give itself some form of fake exit or exit it would like to take, so it attempts to escape and then recatch it then.
Are you asking the Primarch or the Ecclesiarch?
Oh, this is to the Ecclesiarch, but in general, to the group as a whole.
I do not favor the idea of giving it the problem with its false exit is that now that we have only one ingress and location,
User in your
it
channel
would
timed
be,
out.
if it was as easy as to let it think that we had relaxed the defense so that it may attempt to jettison out itself quickly, and it would seem that we have been facing an enemy much dumber than we initially thought. What I am going over in my mind is if we starve it out, let's say fast attack troops, jump troops, akin to Elysians and Assault Marines, if we moved and we cut off the biomass before any more can drain into the hole, and manage to starve it out and create elastic defenses, which with the pure purpose of denying it biomass, either burning every body that fell on our side or burning the bodies that it sends at us, it would start to get desperate, for it is running out of resources. If we are sure this assimilation chamber is down here, and that if we cut off the biomass into that hole, we could easily put it into a situation where the only option is, like a beast, to lash out at us, and then we will be prepared.
So you're saying to utilize quick forces to slowly drain their manpower and to cut off its source of biomass.
So skirmish tactics.
In two ways, we would be setting up, yes, an elastic siege to slowly drain it of its resources. But if we are confident in a surgical strike, maybe we could somehow send a smaller force inside the hole while it is too busy to deal with us. And if we could find this point, we may be able to inject this enzyme and kill it while it is too busy fearing for its life. Though I'm unsure how, without further information, not knowing exactly where this monster is or what havoc lies beyond that hole, I do not feel safe sending a strike team to their deaths.
Or more specifically, sending us to our deaths.
I do not think a handful of guardsmen to Astartes, though honored as we are, would be able to navigate ourselves through a wave of Tyranids. Even I can fall eventually.
I do like the Recruiter's idea of stopping the biomass. I think that's something we need to do regardless. we probably need to figure out where it's coming from as well, potentially, and if we could, because we know the biomass flows down through the underhive. Could we replace that biomass with like promethium or something and just drain it and even into lower the underhive and then set the whole thing like on fire to reduce?
The flame level in our testing required to do damage and evaporate the biomass would be akin to burning the whole planet.
That's the individual biomass of the creature, or the biomass that's feeding into it.
Yeah, we stop the biomass that's feeding into it, but then we use the fire to burn the mutants that are already made.
I would assume that, being what the creatures are made of, they would take on the same properties as the biomass they're created from. Being a high flame tolerance.
I'm asking the biomass that is flowing down into the tunnel. Is that of the same tolerance?
All these creatures are made out of the same biomass, and that the biomass is highly resistant to flame, in the sense of it would require much more than a simple flamer or a melter gun to evaporate it.
What about plasma?
Oh, that's dangerous territory. You're talking about destroying the foundations of a hive.
To be fair, we do have a lot of plasma guns.
And if we secure a position with enough fallback points, we may be able to siphon the biomass out of the underhive, out of the flowing tunnels, and at the very least drain it of its resources as quickly as we can, even without just pouring plasma and promethium into the murders themselves.
The issue that comes with this, that was reminded, is remember of what you saw down in the underhive. Nothing, not a soul. All that, the full population of the underhive has been converted into biomass and mutants for this creature.
Yet it has not reclaimed at all. If we wait too long and it all gets down there, then we're going to deal with a full underhive worth of biomass. But if we were able to move quickly enough, we'd at least lower the numbers preemptively. Plus, another thing this elastic defense, again, is useful for is in a distraction. If we can give it something else to focus on, the surgical strike would be much more likely to go unnoticed.
You see as Marcus Aurelius steps forward. My Primarch, if you wish it, the first phalanx will take the fight to the creature. We will hold its attention for as long as you desire. And you see Ajax step forward as well. Do not think, brother, that you will do that without me standing there as well. As the Primarch puts his hand up. Fine. If it is a distraction that you need, Reclusiarch, very well. It is a distraction that you will get. Do not keep us waiting. You can have your surgical strike, and you will have your distraction. He looks over towards the Lord Commissar Clicks.
God, no.
Who is also flanked by a number of officers that lead the different aspects of the 700th. Assemble the Imperial Army. It would seem as though we are going to war. Is there anything else that we can provide to aid you on your assault, Reclusiarch?
Mobility will be key. Everyone should have a jump back.
Very well. There is a small Elysium contingent that we have. I believe they are the... What is it? Oh god, what was the Elysium troop that we had at the... Oh, the first Elysium. I believe it is a small contingent of the first Elysium. We can provide them with jump packs. Though, they're not the same as Astartes, Reclusiarch, you understand this.
I'm gonna look over to the squad. How long does it take to train on a jump pack? 2 hours?
3? Sir, we're not...
Depends how many fatalities you want.
I already trade.
Also,
So-
quick question. Are we talking like Astartes style jump packs, or are we just talking like a grav shoots?
Technically
channel.
technically for the Elysiums, they are grab shoots, but they can be used as limited assault packs. There is no such thing as an assault pack for guardsmen, mind you.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm asking, making sure everybody else knows that.
So I guess we're doing a surgical strike with Elastic Siege? Question mark.
Sounds good to me. And again, I'm a guardsman.
User was moved to your channel.
Father, brothers, we're gonna say this on the a private Vox channel. Vox, you're gonna be a part of this. Make sure, if any Astartes fall in this defense, do not, and I mean do not, let them be reclaimed by the enemy.
Brother, this is Marcus Aurelius, chimes over the Vox channel.
User in your
Brother,
channel timed out.
how do you think we survived in phalanxes so many years?
Sometimes I ask myself that question, and yet here I am today.
You will have your time. Do not keep us waiting. The Primarch then looks around. If there's nothing else, there's much to prepare for. How long do you need, Tiger?
To get them adjusted with jump packs to ready an assault, I would like to throw some trackers into the biomass to fall down into the hole to maybe get a path before we enter, so 6 hours maybe, 8.
Very well. We'll begin.
Father.
Yes.
Lightning claws?
I don't have anybody with them right now.
They're in the armory.
User was moved to your channel.
If you pull this off, Reclusiarch, they are yours.
He, after a moment, he's going to turn to the squad and immediately shouting over the comm beat, "We have 8 hours, time to prepare, get your resources ready, I need those lightning claws."
Well, 8 hours to learn that, to refresh on graph shoot. Trading.
2 hours to get there. And
Do they
another one
have-
to jump down.
Oh, somebody did the calculation for time. Good job.
Do they have a, rattling size?
Graph should have the should be adjustable.
So you know how when you go skydiving, the trainer
No, I
can
don't.
strap you to...
Yeah, I know what you're getting at.
Yeah,
I'm
the
curious how
instructor
that would
is
be done
basically
with the
you
pack.
strapped to the front.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, I need to go get a jump pack.
You will see somebody coming faster than the entire squad if you did that.
It's fine. Technically fall at the same speed anyway. Technically.
So if you're preparing, Gums is waddling to the armory for bullets.
Also,
Okay.
can I get a combat shield before we go?
I don't think you can dual wield and have a combat shield.
Actually, it's strapped to the arm, so yes.
I don't even understand how you would be able to... Okay.
I mean, the
Pushes
combat
up
shield
glasses.
is much smaller than the force
Oh, the storm shield. Yeah.
Yeah, the storm. It's a comet. It's like strapped to the forearm. It's very weak compared to the storm shield, but just some added protection.
Roll me. Hold on. Let's see. Fuck it. Wrong fucking thing. Where the fuck is it? Holy crap. Where'd I put everybody's things? This is dumb. I have way too many fucking folders here. Oh, there you are. What's your renown at?
Renown is currently at 53.
Roll me a 1d100, please. No.
Damn.
That is a no.
Yikes.
By the way, can they get basic idea of how to not kill themselves with the
Okay, so most Imperial Guard, well, most Cadians are trained on how to use a grav chute, mostly not to kill themselves when plummeting to the ground.
Mhm.
That's kind of basic Cadian training, but you guys are just basically not jump troops by default. It's usually a train thing. Most stormtroopers can do it pretty well, as it's a good way to insert an elite force in a very hostile area quickly. So you guys do know how to use them. Pack would be the only person that I would be, Pack and your tech priest guys, but they have other things to help them. But the rest, the guardsmen themselves should be okay. You guys won't take a negative by using it. Let's just put it that way. But unlike Tiger, you don't have anything to benefit you using them. It's mostly to get you guys down a hole quickly and without dying.
Would they be able to get up the hole quicker, or do we still need a rope for that?
Yeah, they can. I mean, they can get out of the hole quicker. I will allow that for the purposes of this roleplay. Mainly because I didn't actually think of it, and it is kind of a clever tactic. Go ahead and in Roll20, if you guys are requesting anything in particular, let me know. Write it in the Roll20 for me, please, and I will give you guys your rolls based upon that. Tiger, you already requested everything that you could possibly request, and you right now you just don't have enough renown to be able to request them. Or do you get them?
I mean, hey, if I make it this out of this alive, I did not expect them to even give me a response.
Actually, what the funny thing is that if you actually make it out of this and you actually manage to kill the monster of Hansel Hines, you would actually be in the famed category of your renown.
User disconnected from your channel.
Cool.
Okay.
It's the Hellfire bolt shells are the ones that are anti biomass, right?
Yes.
I have one magnum.
Yes, and it took Vakin all of his
User joined your channel.
ability to be able to get them.
Get
So
one
it's
mag,
not, it's not something that you guys have a ton of.
Do they actually have rules, Achilles, for human-sized bolters?
I think only War does.
Okay.
Yeah, there's bolt guns for the guardsmen. There's rules for the guardsmen, but I don't know how much if it's if it's comparable to the Astartes bolters. I'll see if I can pull it up.
Exotic bolt 146. All right.
Your bolt guns are 1d10 plus 5 and 4.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, can we keep our stemmers from before, by the way?
Yeah, that's already part of that mission gear.
Gotcha.
There's only one thing there I'm going to be really surprised if I get.
Fire shells.
Vakin, what's your renown at?
How do you figure that out? Because I think renown was like a group thing.
If you guys can find it in the
Then you say
Only war.
53. Oh, only war.
not only
Only
war,
war,
not only
Death
war. Sorry,
Watch.
Death Watch
Yeah.
for you guys.
Uh,
Sorry, I'm looking through only war right now for the rest of you guys.
What do you want to know about renown?
Is it a group? Is it a group renown or is it a personal?
Renown,
So-
I believe, is on a person-by-person basis.
So-
but
Okay.
we've been on the same missions, and I think you started
So-
with the team of them.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Because usually, like, requisition renown, I think that's usually in Death Watch, it's given by mission.
Yeah, requisition
I mean,
and renown
renown
are
is
two
earned.
separate things. And
Yeah, renown is
is
earned, and requisition is given by mission.
renown is basically the max you can get, at what people trust you with, and requisition is how difficult is the mission, what will you need.
Yeah. I'm just using your renown to basically get any extra, like any of those special weapons that you guys currently are asking for.
Yeah, no, so
Um,
I was looking at that, and if it's 53, that means we're distinguished, which I think the power sword is respected, which is 20 to 39.
Yeah. You can add a power sword to your thing. The Stardy's jump pack is given by default for mission gear.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a renown requirement for Soulpack.
No, it's not. It's a mission. It's a mission requisite or a
What page
class
is it? I'm
requisite.
sorry.
But Dad, the combat shield is only distinguished.
Where's the assault pack
I know.
information? Tiger.
Okay,
let me figure it
so
out.
Mad marker. All of that falls within the level as
172.
requisition level, so you can have all that you request.
Tiger.
Okay.
Page 172 is the rules for it.
also, do you need the bolt gun rules there, Achilles?
That is for you guys individually. You have access to the same book that I do for bolt gun. I'm actually, because McNull already has a bolt pistol, it's not hard for him to obtain a bolt guns because it is actually something that his class and station would actually have.
True.
Tube charges.
Tube charges are uncommon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tube charges and crack rockets, that's fine. You can have those. Hellfire bolt shells is something that even Vakin had to struggle to get. Go ahead and roll me. Where is McNull here?
I have no idea if there's a human-sized version, too.
I actually don't know about that either.
Yes, because it's bolt ammunition, they're standardized.
What
The
is
caliber is, but we're talking about some very specialized ammunition.
Yeah. What is
Well,
your
that'll be- go ahead.
what's your requisition level at right now?
Where is that on the sheet? I forget.
I don't think it is.
Upper left corner.
Experience and logistics rating is like 23.
Say that again?
5,000. Logistics rating is 23. Experience 5,851.
Okay. Roll me.
Hang on, my logistics rating was higher. I think you gave me a higher one because I was a higher rank.
Oh,
That is true.
Gums, where'd you write that down?
no, it's in experience logistics rating in the utility folder.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, so if I didn't have it myself. Bah.
I put my logistics rating in the notes section in the upper left part of the page, the character sheet.
God, it's been like a year since I've had to roll for this.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Kellys, what do you want me to roll, and I'll try and find my logistics rating, or does it matter first?
Roll me a 1d100 first, and we'll actually see.
I can hear the disappointment.
It does not seem that in the Crusade that there is any Hellfire rounds meant for a human-sized bolter.
Fair enough. Did I have any trouble getting the regular bolter?
No, you can have the regular bolter. That's fine.
Okay.
You basically just trade out your bolt pistol for a bolter, a human-sized bolter.
So would it be a good bolt gun then? Because I have a good bolt pistol.
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine. That just means that's reliable, and you have a couple of other specials that don't actually increase its output
Yep.
anymore. All right. Let's
Someone
see.
link me the stats for it, please. I can't get my sheet to open. Or
Bolt
the
gun? I
yeah,
got it.
bolt gun. Just PM it
So-
to me.
Gums, you have 2 mags of each. That is what you were
Thank
given.
you. Thank you. Also, I just realized something. What with McNoll need to do a logistics thing? Or is it too late by now? I just remember that. No, I just
go
remember I
ahead.
have like the persuasive charm because and that would have increased the squad bonus by like 5.
I need to go through the rule or my messages with Hituni because it's in the PM there what my logistics rating is.
Rip.
Mad Marker, this kind of is like a follow-on mission. So your other mission has never actually ended. This is the you can call it almost the conclusion of that mission and its follow-on objective.
Okay, so then we just have plenty of plasma guns and flamers for everyone.
Pretty
in
much,
that
yeah.
case.
Yeah.
If you are trained to use them. Which I think you guys are. I can't remember if that was actually a regimental thing or not. But Pack, absolutely, you can have more Ripper gun mags, and Mad Marker, there are grab shoots for the entire squad. Crank Vest, Warhammer, forearm mount for my pistol, respirator.
Oh, Achilles, my logistic rating is above 50.
What is its? What's the exact number?
I need to have her re-message me, but she just give me a second. I'd have a plus 80 on tests given to your character.
Holy shit.
Plus 80?
That I will.
Even for regimental social media, you do not have that much claw.
That is what she has told me.
Okay. I will.
Oh boy.
There's a reason I never really asked for anything because she told me it was really high, and I was like, I'm not gonna abuse the fuck out of this.
You
Stand by and
You
let me
could have
see.
got me a rattling rifle.
Let me see if the Crusade even has any Hellfire rounds right now for human-sized bolters. Fucking damn it.
Does it? Yes, no, you could have given. You could have got Gums as a rattling
Okay,
rifle.
here
He's
we
been
are.
begging for.
I absolutely could have, but I've been told by the GM not to abuse this logistics system, and I've also been told I can't get any of you any items.
Oh, okay.
This is fair.
I have been told I am not allowed to requisition any
Fair
weapons
enough.
for you guys. So,
Hey,
Fair
Noel, can
enough.
you requisition me a toothpick, please?
yes, I can requisition a toothpick. Let me go get some bodies.
Thanks.
What?
I DM'd it to you via Discord, Cole.
I appreciate it. I'm already copying it over. Thank you.
Yep.
But yeah, I forgot I have persuasive charms for, but it's something to do with logistics. God damn it.
Okay. I rolled really high, so for the sake that you do have like a plus fucking 80, which basically means you can almost not fail. Same as Vulcan, you have a single mag of
Thank you.
Hellfire rounds.
Alright, do you know, do you have the Death Watch book?
I do not. You're gonna have to send me the stats for them.
Jesus.
Good news. Do you want just a Death Watch book, or do you want me to just copy and paste stats?
Just copy and paste stats.
I think Hellfire Rounds is in the only war book, isn't it?
Alarian, DM me what the advanced helmet systems do. Otherwise, the multi-key and stummer you could have.
It's Rogue Trader, Rulebook, page. Wait, can I add a mono attachment to my bolt pistol? Or a bayonet? Or the same difference?
No! You have enough melee weapons!
I can stab people with my ranged weapon!
No!
No, I crossed out the heavy bolter stats, which wouldn't count for you.
Wait, are you a bolter?
Alarian,
Wait,
I
what
am
range
not.
do you
I don't.
have?
I'm not running anything from Rogue Trader. I don't have because I don't have the book.
Ah,
I can send you a rule book.
Say what?
I can send you a rule book.
No. It has to be from only. It has to be from only war errata. Any only war erratas, Death Watch, or Dark Heresy.
Let me look through Dark Heresy for that version.
You can't get an extended mag on
Wait,
the.
wait, but I have an important question.
No, I have
When
it.
did-
I have it on my regular rounds. I forget what it
Okay.
does.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, you can't get it for the.
No, I have it on my regular.
I can give you what the Death Watch book says if you're using.
I just forget what it says it does for. What does the extended mag do? How many more bullets do I get? I forget. It gave me 12 for my bolt pistol, which usually has 8.
Not
So
a Death Watch thing, so you can have to.
That's a 50% increase then.
a 50% increase. All right, so 24.
So anybody else is curious when talking about a range weapon?
Oh yeah, it comes handy with the kit. Remember when I always say I like to rack my bolt pistol? It's because it exists.
I don't remember you saying that actually.
He has a
Oh,
bolt
yeah.
pistol. He just never fucking uses it because he
Well,
is so
fine, use it.
fucking
This is news to
horrible
me.
at long range at range combat.
Look,
News to
we
me.
once
In his literal
all the
words,
Stardies were devastated once, and that heavy bolter was used to smack people upside the head, right? Right.
You have a heavy bolter?
At one point, but don't anymore. Presence. In the far past, don't worry about
it
it.
just gives you prey sense. That's it.
What it does exactly is prey sense in the integrated box into the helmet, and height sense is sight. That's what it does in not Dark Heresy, Rogue Trader. But for here, it would just be prey sense.
Yeah. Since all those other systems are already there, I think except for heightened senses, which you do not have heightened senses. Yeah. Prey sense is fine because I kind of already thought most of you guys already had that. Oh no, you guys have photovisor. Photovisor. Yeah, prey sense, that's fine.
What quality?
Padiock. Good quality. Padiock. I actually am surprised that you don't have half of that on your already inventory. So yeah, that's fine. You can have that.
Okay.
All right. We're not going to turn this into a fucking free shopping episode. So, is there anything else?
Vakin, can you send me the page for the rockets real quick, so I can just transfer over the stats?
For rockets?
I just send me your link to the Only War rulebook. I don't know where mine is. Oh wait, I have a hard copy. I'm retarded.
Yeah, like I don't have the.
Okay. Going once, twice, sold.
Yeah.
From this point forward, there is no more requesting anything of Achilles.
Achilles, can I have a donut? Oh. Achilles, can I buy you a donut?
No.
Can I exchange
Oh
my
no, I
feet
just spilled my drink.
Can I exchange my feet for roller skates so I can ignore my fat?
Nope.
Oh. That'd be useful.
Alright. You guys have, falling from this point, you have 4 hours. Count it. 4 hours.
Has Frank awoken since
Oh yeah, Frank will be awake by now.
Okay.
A little groggy, but awake. You could just request me, Frank. That's fine. Yeah.
Hard mode.
Okay, hard mode. Gotcha. Kind of hard. It's kind of hard for it to be hard mode for Frank when he has an auto cannon.
A little bit. Someone said heavy 7.
All right. You guys have 4 hours. We're gonna take our break a little bit early today, so that you guys have a chance to figure out what you want to do with those remaining 4 hours before you embark on your quest.
All right.
Are we 100% sure everybody knows how to use your jump packs and not die?
Yes.
Let's see.
Do you want me to take the minus that comes with not having pilot self, or?
I
No,
know
you,
how to operate
like
your
everybody
Orbita.
else except for Tiger, you guys will be
Got it.
rolling with no minuses. That is the
Yeah.
GM basically congratulating you on a clever use of equipment.
Yeah.
You just don't get any pluses if you don't
Pluses.
already have them. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So everybody be back at 6:45, and we'll carry on from there. Have an idea what you want to do. If you do not, you're giving up your turn. Let's go to
Well,
Pocket on skills.
Peter looks like a bomb.
oh
Together,
boy.
make Peter
Fuck
He's not here.
you.
Well, I mean, it just saves time.
Alrighty, folks,
No, on a
and
serious
we're
note,
back.
if I'm not here, just skip it.
Let's find out what
It
these
saves
chuckle
time instead of
fucks are
sticks.
up to.
Because the food should be ready in
Hey, chuckle fucks.
2 minutes.
I can.
I can.
Let's
Aye.
start from the left and go to the right. You guys have 4 hours before you have to make planetfall and get down to the Underhive, or at least get to the opening areas of the battle. At least that was the timetable that was given to you and allotted to you. Mostly by Tiger.
So, I'm going to go up to Tiger, because I'm honestly, in real life, still a bit confused by the fucking plan here.
Alright. Let's first start with Targa, who's on the far left.
Targer.
Targer.
Targa.
Water.
Sorry. Tiger, what are you up to?
Just basically trying to basically get what's it called, talk with the other leaders like Ajax,
Okay.
basically where they're going to be dropping, where the drop troops are going to basically be doing their distractions, and like how basically how this is all going.
As you step up to the hollow table, you see as Ajax and Marcus Aurelius has begun to basically like kind of outlay their own or overlay their own forces onto the table. You see as there's a little bit of bickering about who gets first glory. So who's going to be the front line of the phalanx that moves in? They have chosen an area roughly about 3 miles away from where the initial ingress point is, as they are leaving that to you guys as your point of ingress into the Underhive. They have taken Mikul's suggestion and have basically taken one of the kind of, I'm just going to call it plasma torpedo because I don't fucking remember all the fucking naval equipment.
Works for us?
Yeah. And they're going to use that to basically puncture a hole into the Underhive. And what they're going to do is what they decided upon is some sort of a marching phalanx to basically move into the hole that they're going to blow, and then funnel the enemies and try to hold them in place. At least that's the beginnings of the idea. There's a little bit of contention between who gets first glory. That's right now where the conversation is kind of sitting at. The other point is they're going to use basically the Imperial Guard as a skirmishing force behind the phalanx. Basically, they're going to use whatever Volkite weapons they have left, distribute that to the guard, and use as much of their firepower as possible to thin the opposing force before it hits the phalanx itself.
All right, just gonna make clear again: anyone who falls is burned. It's not be reclaimed as biomass, especially the guardsmen.
So the guard, yeah. So the idea that they're trying to use right now is, if you have ever seen how the phalanx actually works, like History Channel or something like that, what happens is whoever falls in a phalanx, somebody immediately takes their spot, their place, and that body is pulled to the back.
Right before the skirmish, like that are going out there and coming back.
I guess
you don't want
skirmish was the wrong terminology. The Greek word would be peltast, which are spear throwers who stand behind the phalanx itself and sit there and just pelt anybody that comes towards the phalanx with spears. It's kind of like the same dynamic that they're trying to use here. The guard are not actually on the front lines. They are technically behind the line doing what guardsmen do, which is throwing as many fucking rounds at the enemy that they can.
Oh, right. I thought more about like the initial skirmishing phase where they send you like Jaffin throwers forward in front of the enemy the line to just, pelt with other skirmishers. Like, the skirmish phase of battle.
That hasn't actually been outlaid yet, mainly because I haven't thought about it as a GM, but they do acknowledge your words and take it to heart. Likely, assault troopers will probably be used for that.
Right. Is that the GM saying, "Oh, right, I haven't thought about that. Yeah, you're good."
Yeah, pretty much. That's the GM saying, like, hey, they acknowledge it, they understand. I will annotate that in my notes. They're probably going to use assault troopers or assault marines. Excuse me.
I'm
Something
gonna
tells me that's most of the Legion.
until we need to get down there and stuff like that. I'm not going to do this in character, but basically plan backup plans in case we don't succeed. We
Okay.
don't get backup plans, etc.
If you're going to plan backup plans, you need to tell me what they are. You can do it in DMs if you want.
All right.
Moving on to next, med marker.
I'm going to go around and make sure everyone's ready since we only have 4 hours left, and I'm going to spend extra time with Gums and Frank to ensure that they're ready.
Frank is actually doing physically a lot better, if albeit a bit groggy from 0.1 cc of Haldol. But you at least don't hear voices anymore. At least not besides the ones that are people talking to you.
Wait, where am I?
You are in a dark room lit with candlelight and hollow table.
Shit, where's the doctor?
He's right behind you.
Doc,
Yes, Frank.
what'd you do with the storm bolter?
That is back on the Emperor's endowment in the medical bay.
Fuck.
Oh.
Why didn't you bring it with us?
Didn't know that we'd be departing immediately. Well, not immediately, but
Wait,
close
we're
enough.
departing immediately. What? Shit!
We have 4 hours.
Censorship. Okay. 4 hours to what?
Till we drop.
Drop dead?
In a manner of speaking.
Okay. Did you bring any of my guns?
No, but we probably have enough time to either send for them or go get them.
Go get the heavy bolter. No, wait, I don't have one of those. Autocannon?
I'm going to herd Frank onto a shuttle to the Emperor's endowment so he can get his gear.
Where'd you come from?
Oh my god.
What the hell? Who are you?
That's a sergeant, you idiot!
What's a sergeant? You mean a commander, for Steve? Jeez, gosh, no one gets it. Okay. Do you know, and I'm addressing this to the sergeant, Steve, do you know where the guy that makes the gun gadgets is? Gosh, that sounded better in my head.
I don't know where the toaster boy is.
Can we use the combi to talk to him?
It would appear as though he is, how to say this? He is currently preoccupied with preparing the sacred weapons of war. Let's put it that way. That's what something a tech priest would say.
So does that mean I shouldn't contact him?
You can
It
try.
means Toaster Steve is busy.
Toaster Steve is busy. You get a busy signal.
Little bitch. I'm shooting him. He took away my fun things, and now he won't even return my calls. God, like an abusive boyfriend. Anyway, guess we're gonna have to settle with the autocannon.
You do have a storm bolter.
But how am I going to know how to work that thing?
You don't have bolt training, do
You're
you?
Frank, you'll figure it out.
You're right. Wait, is that in my own head again? God damn it, I thought the medication would have worked. But you're right, voice in my head, I am. Frank. Hey, okay, now, again, that sounded better in my head. Damn it, okay, the medication didn't work. Doctor, do you have any idea how to make a storm bolter, into a wheelbarrow turret?
My education is more on healing the human body, but I believe you could just put a storm bolter inside a wheelbarrow.
Okay, you're gonna have to show me. Because that sounded like borderline tech heresy to me, but what do I know about toasters? Okay. Can we skip to when we get to the storm bolter?
Sure. You guys are in the
Okay.
Medicaid chamber, and there's the storm bolter covered up by a sheet.
Holy shit, someone took the storm bolter. I knew we shouldn't have left it alone. This is why you shouldn't drug me with things that
Frank.
make me pass out. What?
Frank, I'll
What?
let you in on a little secret. I'm gonna
Okay.
rip the sheet off the storm bolter.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
heresy! My God, that was amazing. What else do you have under this sheet? I'm gonna go up to a random bed sheet and rip it off.
There's a bed under there.
Holy fuck, that's a giant pillow!
Oh my God.
What else have you been hiding from me?
Would you like to
Now
rip,
then,
would you like to rip the sheet off of anything else?
The next mattress.
Another mattress.
Holy fuck. What about this pillow on the bed?
Reveals a pillow.
Holy fuck.
Frank, focus.
Well, what? What are we? Oh yeah, right.
The sexy nurse walks.
Are there
The sexy
any-
nurse walks by.
Oh, dang it, no.
I wonder what
Wait,
she
no,
has.
no,
What's hidden under
we
that
cannot let temptation get in the way of guns today, even though this discovery of pillows inside of things is breathtaking. But okay, how do we make this wheelbarrow thing work?
Nurse, do we have any medical carts or anything that is used to support any weight?
The nurse
Or
presents you with a
old
gurney.
things? Ah, yes.
Oh, yes.
The
I
gurney.
knew this all along.
We have a
Medicine's tripod.
janitor. We have a gurney. We have many gurneys, and we have small carts that are used to not carry heavy bolt firing equipment.
We shall take this gurney.
And you take the gurney. Frank,
Alright,
it's a pillow on top of a carrier pillow with
Hey,
wheels.
toaster. Toaster.
Alright, I'm
boy.
gonna use like some medical straps to strap the storm bolter to the top of the gurney.
They're leather straps. They work well enough to keep the storm bolter, affixed to it. It's not very steady, but it keeps it attached to the gurney.
God forbid you ever decide to
I
fight.
mean,
Good enough for me.
doctor, this doesn't look really stable. If someone goes into melee, I could potentially shoot them. It's perfect.
Doctor.
How much ammo do we have for this thing? I forgot.
You have 1,000 rounds on a belt.
Holy
Oh.
shit.
Oh, fuck that noise.
Trust
Frank,
me, he will go through it like fucking crazy. It does not take long for a storm bolt to go through 1,000 rounds.
I will throw a sheet over the gurney.
You throw the sheet over the
I'll
gurney.
throw the same sheet.
Doctor, don't. Okay. Well, holy shit, doctor, you cannot do that warp shit in front of me. Okay, that makes me jittery, man.
It's all right.
Where'd it
Trust
go?
me, I'm a doctor.
Okay, that I don't trust you, but I think okay, no, I trust you. You know
Oh,
what?
easy.
You might be one of, if not the most Steve, I feel like I can trust.
What?
I'm a dog.
Is there anything else you require before we head out?
Just imagine this poor guy is like, how the fuck did I get in and roped into
Why
this?
is this a buy job?
Pack walks
Do you
in.
think we'll need drugs?
Unless you want to do anything else, Pack.
No, Pat can walk in.
Okay, Pack walks in.
Oh my gosh, doctor, I can't believe it. You also got a minion to push the gurney cart thingy.
Oh god.
Wow.
By the way, which way is he facing relative to Pat right now? Is he facing towards
So
the door?
the way that I envision this, right, is this is a kind of a wide open room, but it's a rectangle that leads into side rooms left and right, and then a kind of a hallway that leads to more ICUs and things of that nature. You walk in. To your right is kind of like a counter where there's like a check-in counter for patient, in and outpatient care. And further into the room, on either side there are beds. There is a gurney in the middle of this walkway with something on top of it covered up by a sheet.
Okay.
So you're facing right at them and it walking in.
And are any of them on it?
Nobody's on the gurney. Nobody's on the gurney. There is a thing on the gurney that is covered up by a sheet.
Okay, so all Pac hears is Frank go, oh, we've got a million to push it. And Pac goes, push it, walks around and pushes the gurney down the corridor.
It's beautiful! It even knows how to do its job before I ask it to! Hey,
so
what's your name? What's your name?
By the way, so Pac has literally pushed it and let go, so he's not following it. The thing is now just flying at full force down the corridor.
Oh no.
So I want to outline two different things here. Pac, you have already gotten your gear mainly because you never get rid of it. Because you don't have anywhere to put it, because you don't go anywhere in particular. At least you haven't outlined that to me yet, so I'm just going to kind of keep dictating that you're just in wherever you sleep wherever you basically stop moving that day.
That sounds about right.
Mainly because nobody has told you to go anywhere, and nobody is dumb enough to tell you to go anywhere. So it's like this vicious cycle of Pac just basically sits down somewhere at the end of the day and falls asleep there with his Ripper gun. I believe you also have a melee weapon, if I'm not mistaken.
My Ripper gun counts as a wall.
That's right. It does, yes. So your Ripper gun, any body armor that you happen to have, and a helmet that I think you may or may not have. I don't even remember.
They can't have helmets.
I know they can't have it. I'm just wondering if you have one.
I don't wear a helmet.
No, it's just basically you in. No, you're just you in a fucking wife beater, torn up shirt. Yeah.
No, so I'm wearing, technically, I wear what's called scrap armor, which is basically they've made a piece of armor that fits like a chest plate out of anything they can physically find that is strong enough to block bullets.
Yep.
And that's how they do it.
And that's pretty much it. So basically, you guys just see him as he's just basically, like, with one hand, pushes this fucking gurney, which now just goes all the way down the corridor, bound for the door, and he lets go of it, as he's basically now holding his own weapon, which is about the same size of the weapon that you have basically ripped off of or you basically found that's supposed to go on the fucking vehicle.
At this point, Pac just turns around and goes, Pac, done good?
Is that your name?
Yes.
Can I call you Giant Steve?
Who's Steve?
You.
Me, not Steve. Me, Pac.
Wait. No. There's only two types of things that exist in the world. Franks and Steves, okay? Wait. Do you want to be a Frank instead?
All he sees is Pac just cock his head in confusion at this point.
Okay. Never mind. Do you want a job?
Pac have job.
Okay. Do you want a more important job for Emperor Man?
At which point, Pac is now squinting his eyes in distrust because he is invoking the name of the Emperor, which to Pac is a very it's a very sacrilegious thing if it's not done correctly. So at the moment he's looking at him with distrust.
Oh dear.
Okay. Let me see if I pick up on that. I fate to pass.
Good.
Oh my god.
Frank, he doesn't seem to have liked that You said something.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was playing on words. All right. Okay, here's the deal. I'm gonna level with you. Okay. I need someone who's gonna go down on a crazy, silly mission to go kill a bunch of mutants for the God Emperor, to help me push a gurney with a storm bolter on it because it's really hard to push.
Whap! And the gurney goes through the door.
What?
Doctor?
Stop.
Why weren't you watching the gurney?
I wasn't the one that told the Ogren fella to push the gurney.
Oh no.
At this point, Pack is now turned around with his rubber gun leveled at the door. Because all he's heard is the gunfire.
That ship has so much holes in it. Oh my god.
Let's
Am I
see.
alive right now?
It hasn't hit you yet. However... Can everybody roll me a dodge check, please?
Is that everybody who's outside the room, I'm assuming?
Everybody who's inside the room. It's propelling itself into the wall on the other side of the door by firing at the door.
Oh god, this is gonna end poorly.
Oh boy.
Dodge.
That's so good. Oh!
A stream of hail and fire basically rush into the medical area. Each one of you takes. Let's see what a fucking Stormbolter does.
I'm medbay.
Doctor, you fool!
Is this Vakin's medbay or the Imperial Guard medbay?
The Imperial Guard medbay.
Good, because Vakin would kill them all.
Stormbolter is 2d10 plus 5. The fuck?
Yep.
Is that per bullet?
Fucking done.
You guys take 18 points of damage. I'm not gonna add the pin right now, only because you guys are about to go on a major fucking mission. I don't want to fucking
What
kill
body
you.
part is that?
I think they're doing it for themselves.
Actually, no, wait, my current was at 5. I'm dead! Yay!
No, you're just unconscious. 21, I believe that's a chest.
I'm
Nope,
still
that's
dead.
the right arm. That's the right arm. No, sorry, left arm. Left arm.
For God's sakes.
No, it blew my arm off! That I have a face!
You don't. It doesn't blow your arm off. You're just unconscious again.
Well, I'm at 2 wounds left. That's cool.
I'm down to, I lost 5 hit points from that.
Yeah,
Out of how much?
he has a lot.
I have 13.
Oh.
Are you okay? Why would you keep the fucking Stormbolter loaded?
User joined your channel.
Welcome,
Frank
Breezy.
is unconscious.
So we're extending the timetable, right?
The klaxons go off in the Emperor's endowment as you hear the unmistakable footfalls of power armor hitting the bulkhead.
Oh,
You see shining gilded armor and a swipe of something with a power field as the Stormbolter is ripped asunder.
oh.
And the doors slam open, and 2 honor guard of the Primarch Achilles walk in. What is this Stormbolter doing out of the vehicle bay? Oh God, is he
I
dead?
am very glad I'm not there. No, Primarch, he is alive still.
Primarch's not here.
Oh, whoever.
These are
said
just
that,
honor.
sorry.
These are just honor guard.
Oh, sorry. No, Honorable Astartes. He's not dead.
Good.
Huh.
He looks at you guys. You basically just have like individual, bullet wounds in you. That is not a serious hit. You will live. When he comes to, summon us. He must be questioned. Who's fucking... And they walk out. Whose fucking Stormbolter is this?
Oh boy, somebody's gonna get it. And it ain't
All right.
just Frank.
I'm gonna try to medic Frank. I'm gonna get him onto a fucking operating table.
Roll
I'll
a
fucking do.
first aid check.
First aid. Yep.
That's plus any bonuses that you usually get. Make a dendrite, stuff like that.
No,
Cool.
that would have been 7, but it's okay. 6 is fine.
You had a plus 10 to that?
Yeah, I had the plus 10 from the mechadendrite.
Okay, so that's a 7.2 then?
Yes.
Okay. I believe by the rules of first aid, that's what? 9 room points back? Or, hold on. I have the thing here somewhere.
First aid.
I have
It's
so many.
So for wounds healed, it's your intelligence modifier plus the extra rune per what you rolled.
So 7 plus your intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 12 then.
Yeah, okay, so Frank, you get 12 wounds back. And you're conscious once more.
Whew. I want to do that again.
I'm gonna poke my head out of the medical bay.
Doctor!
Mr.
Doctor!
Honor guard!
Doctor!
The honor guard walks back. Yes, janitor.
I'm gonna just turn and look at Frank, who's now awake.
So can somebody here tell me why there is a Stormbolter? One of our Stormbolters on a gurney.
We're gonna requisition it to fight the super big mutant down on the planet because that's what we were just tasked to do with, and we were trying to experiment with ways to bring something big enough to kill the damn thing.
He looks towards the rest of you. Frank, roll a deception check.
Against the Space Marine. This is gonna end badly.
Yes, it is.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's worse than my average roll.
That's concern. Oh, I was like, what the hell? It was blank.
That's
Ow.
By whose authority, guardsman?
Doc, who are we just in the brief with?
I don't know if it was by their authority, but it was. They're part of Reclusiarch, Tiger, and Apothecary Vaucan's team.
I ask you because you were my attending physician because I was unconscious. Because someone knocked me out.
Then how were you able to requisition this weapon if you were unconscious?
Because we got it before I was conscious.
Unconscious.
Before I was...
He knows what he
voices
said.
in my head.
If you were unconscious, then how were you able to requisition this without knowing what your mission was beforehand?
Well, it's what we've been on task to do. It's what we were sent to go down with last time. So...
I see.
Because last time we fought a giant tentacle monster thing.
Very well. I will question the Reclusiarch about this matter. If I find you are deceiving me, you will pay the price. They
Understood.
The honor guard walk out of the room.
Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc.
Yes, Frank.
Do you know how to tie a noose?
I hate you.
You're gonna help me convince the Reclusiarch not to get us killed. Because I'm totally blaming you.
Of course. I seem to have your chart here. It says that you were treated for psychosis, huh? Wonder who they will believe.
Ooh, doctor. Doctor.
Let's just
Why
Let's
you
just get
gotta
back-
why you gotta do me dirty like this, doctor?
I'll only disclose this information if you attempt to throw me under the proverbial bus.
What's a bus?
Mechanical Steve that make people go.
Aren't you a
Understand
mechanical
him as.
Steve?
Bigger than me.
So your mom? Oh!
Frank tries to fall back into arms that don't exist. And he hits the ground.
Ow!
Achilles, is the wreckage of the Stormbolter still there?
Yeah, they basically cut it in half.
So
The weapon is
Pat
completely
will,
the weapon is completely useless now.
so Pat
going
puts
to
down his
begin-
rubber gun on
I
going
need
to-
to I need
oh
to
my god.
I need to use
I'm
my
going
comm
to
feed real quick.
write up a draft up a quick report to I don't even think I have Reclusiarch Tiger's address, but saying that informing of an unfortunate incident of negligent discharge of a Astartes pattern Stormbolter.
No, I'm gonna smack him.
But,
I'm gonna
we
smack
definitely
him.
have no idea
Stop
how
it.
it got there.
Stop it. Smack. 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 Okay. Here. No. I have his comm feed frequency. Okay. I can just click it. Or was it Vox?
That'd be a Vox,
I don't
but
know.
yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna call him on my Vox. Okay. Okay. It's gonna work.
Yes.
I swear. All right.
Okay.
I can get us out of this. Okay.
All right.
Easy. All right. I'm gonna call the Reclusiarch on my Vox.
Reclusiarch, in the middle of your meeting, you get a
It
Vox
gets
clip.
redirected to Maximilius.
Oh, fuck you.
It was probably right next to me, to be honest with you.
Okay, a couple things happen right now. I'll do the Maximilius voice here in just a second. But Frank, in your lap falls the broken pieces of the Stormbolter. It's actually quite heavy.
This is what failure feels like.
This is the Vox channel for the Reclusiarch. How can I help you?
Hey, can you just wait? The Reclusiarch's popular enough to have people speak for him?
I am his chapter serf. How can I help you?
Okay. I'm one of his squatties. One of the guardsmen. I need to speak to him right away.
What is it regarding, Guardsman?
Stormbolters.
That is a quite ambiguous answer. I would require
Yes.
more details.
Just say it's Frank the pink robe guy asking about Stormbolters. He will understand. It's in code.
I'll relay this, but I will not guarantee any response back from him. Stand by.
Say it's urgent.
Maximilius walks up to you, Reclusiarch. My lord.
Hmm?
The guardsman named Frank, he claims himself as Frank the Pink Robe Guide. He is requesting a Vox communicate with you regarding Stormbolters.
I'm I'm gonna look down and make sure my pink robe is still there.
Your pink robe is still there.
I'm going to be very confused. I'm gonna hop on the squad freak and go, Frank, what is this about storm bolters? Why did
Hey.
you say you have my robe?
Okay, because I needed to get your attention. So, long story short, we were trying to put a storm bolter on a gurney in the med bay. The Ogren pushed it too hard and it went off, and now the honor guard are gonna ask
How did you acquire a storm bolter?
Okay, that's a question we can answer for another time. I just when two honor guard guys go and talk to you, can you tell them that was on the requisition list? Okay? And that I screwed up by getting it blown up, but
Two honor guard of Achilles walk in.
Oh no.
They begin approaching you. Recluse York.
Frank, get yourself ready for the battle. You will survive at least until after it.
thank you.
Oh boy.
On aboard Recluse York.
Yes.
A guardsman claiming your permission had used a vehicle-borne Astartes Stormbolter, and
Name and rank.
I believe he is named Frank. I do not know his rank. I do not know guardsman ranks that well.
ODA high, big muscles, 4 guardsmen.
Yes, Recluse Yark.
He's one of the inquisitorial squads. He's in part of the squad with the rest of the guardsmen that I'm going down with. What did he do?
Well, he claims to have had your permission to acquire a vehicle-borne Stormbolter, which then had a negligent discharge within the Primarch's flagship. It harmed an Ogren, a tech priest, I believe a janitor, and himself, as well as causing negligible but superficial damage to the Medicaid area and surrounding corridor.
Is he fit for battle?
If the janitor is as good as they say he is, he will live and likely be able to do battle. Yes.
Then if he survives, we will see to his punishment later. As you can see, we are in the middle of debating command. Is the Stormbolter in question been taken into custody?
The Stormbolter has been destroyed as it continuously negligently discharged, and he points to different pockmarks upon his own armor. It was unsustained fire.
He's going to shake his head. Very well, this will be dealt with, but after I need his body. For now.
As you will, Recluse Yark. They nod and go back to their duties. So that happened.
Wow.
Let's go to Mad Marker, Keith, Gums. Is McNull here?
Food is delicious.
Cool. I'm
Yeah, we
actually
gave him
sad that
enough
you didn't buy
time,
me
so-
any pizza. Anyway, the
That's
other
the offer.
guardsmen, Mad Marker, Keith, McNull, Valerian. What you guys up to?
Oh boy.
I'm assuming I'm gonna
And
have
Gums.
heard about the fact there's a negligent discharge in my
So,
my
they went back to the Emperor's Endowment. Unless you went back to the Emperor's Endowment, you probably didn't hear about it, and most of that conversation was...
I would have had to because I needed to go get my rockets and equipment. I didn't bring that over with me.
Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, you would have heard the klaxons go off in Emperor's Endowment, and doesn't take too long for word to get around.
I have a very depressing question.
Yes.
Where's my comrades? Where are they right now? Because the
Medical bay.
last time Gums saw them was in the same med bay. Wait, there's a big discharge. Because
So they're alive. They're alive and
Okay.
unharmed. They are still there. I mainly just wanted to punish the people that allowed this to happen.
Agreed.
Okay,
I love you
just
guys
making
so
sure-
much, by the way.
I'm just making sure that I still have my 3 lives left, my 3 extra lives.
You're God.
God damn, dude.
Silence, tripod. I wish to slay.
What is that referencing? That must be
It's
referencing
a
something.
military meme.
No.
Marines are gay.
Yes, they are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
No matter how much they try to distance themselves from the Navy.
It's okay.
I
okay.
can hear them munching on crayons
Oh.
right now.
Skeletor, if you're watching this or if you ever watch this, I love you, buddy. But Marines are pretty
I
gay.
Nah.
Okay, I'm just making sure my comrades are still able to still go down in a 4-hour planet and do things, dying.
Like dying. Wow. God. Wow.
What
Okay,
else are they gonna
so
do if your bonuses don't matter to me anymore?
Anywho.
what do you mean your bonuses don't matter to you anymore?
Because the most I'm going to use the bonuses for is like shooting,
Yeah.
and the plus 15 is kind of negligent when I can just be lucky and roll the 15 myself.
But it's a plus 15.
Yeah, I would say
It is a plus 15. Yeah.
Dude, I'll take like a plus 2. It's a plus 2.
You're looking good, comrades.
I don't know, maybe I'm flexing my ballistic skill too much, but I have a lot of faith in my ballistic skill recently that I don't really need my comrades for it anymore.
Wow. Okay, so you're just gonna leave them up there?
Well, no, like I said, they still need to do something.
Oh, okay.
Fucking hell, man.
Wait,
So you pull
are they
them.
healed by
So
now? Are they healed by now?
yeah, I mean they're pretty
They
much
should be.
healed. They're pretty much healed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can fix that.
Okay. Yeah. So they begrudgingly begin following you out. What do you want to do?
I believe we're all doing grassroots drills
Okay.
/ training / whatever we're doing, so they're gonna
Okay.
join me because I don't want to just split on the floor.
Are you gonna force them to basically like you don't have to wear a grab chute and they just basically carry you?
Well, can the grassroots fit me?
Yeah. I mean,
then
the
no.
Elysians don't field rattlings or ogrins, but I mean we can theater of the mind this if you would.
Here's the smallest size we have. Here's a roll of duct tape. Good luck.
basically
Yeah.
the quartermaster basically hands you like a kid-sized trainee grab chute. It has little stars
white
and moons on it.
Elysian's best. Whatever the infantry called. Elysian's best.
It's basically a
drop
cadet
in.
issue thing.
the grab chute itself, like the two engines of the grab chute have little eyes painted on them, and the back place has a smiley face, so it looks friendly.
Oh my god.
That actually sounds based, and I'm gonna wear it. That sounds based.
It's going to be your grab chute. That is your grab chute. I'm going to make you now.
Yeah. It sounds like the Battlefield in maybe no Bad Company, the smiley face grenades. That's exactly what it sounds like.
But yeah, you get them basically. They're comfortable again with using grab chutes for this particular purpose. Mad Marker Keith, Alarian.
Man Marker, you got anything?
I'm gonna
I was just going around and making sure everyone was getting ready.
Okay.
Let's see here. Done. I mean, I assume it wouldn't be possible to fill out that occupational change form that I mentioned in chat earlier, but that's more just in-character stuff anyway. Let's see.
If you want paperwork done, you have to talk to the RSM, and he's going to pawn it off on someone else, and it'll show up after like 3 months.
Jesus Christ, you have such a high opinion of me.
You hear the psychic sigh of Lantern in the background. Fucking damn it.
Okay, let's see. Well, Chase for requisitions passed. Yeah, apart from maybe finding an out-of-the-way corner and taking his bayonet and carving in 700th was here.
All right.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay. Alarian, you're the last one.
Stalking Vulcan.
Okay. Vulcan, what are you up to?
So I assume beforehand I would have been treated because in the time beforehand, or do I need to go to my treatments now?
For
my injuries.
Oh, your injury. Oh, yeah. Okay, so okay. Everybody that's been under medical care, you have healed 3 wounds per day, unless you want to have somebody perform a first aid check.
Hey, Vulcan, perform a first aid check on yourself.
Sadly, can't do that.
Damn.
Roll a minus 20 or no, minus 10 for a random apothecary to treat you.
Do I get all
your other fucking bonuses as well?
Minus
they're
20%?
your apothecaries that you have fucking trained over the course of 10,000 years, fucking.
I can imagine.
So minus 20.
They're just not
so
you, so they have a minus 10.
A minus 20, you said, right?
I'm doing a minus 10. I mean, just...
Okay, so I don't have a minus at all.
Fucking damn it. Whatever. Just fucking roll!
I'll just roll base and then take all the effects in.
Fucking stand.
So you're
All
full
that
health.
for 7.2.
So that's going to be 5 plus 4, that's 9.
Cool.
That's going to be a plus of 7, so that's going to be 16.
By the power
and I
invested in me,
double that.
everybody here who has any wounds that are down, you're fully healed.
Okay.
Hey,
So what?
Segue.
What I actually wanted to do was go see Tiger as soon as he's finished with this meeting.
Okay.
Ask him to
Roll an
meet me
awareness
in
check.
Clusium. Check. Base.
You can add heightened
heightened
senses if you have it. You notice that's... Or, Alarian, you said you're stalking Vulcan?
Basically.
Roll a stealth check.
I can smell you.
Damn.
Vulcan, as you begin making your way to the command center once more, you begin to feel like somebody's watching you. You feel like you're almost being sought after like prey. And as you kind of like just casually glance over your shoulder, you catch the sight of Alarian.
Meh.
It's just a glimpse, but you catch him.
My any sense of danger I would have been that would have seen like it's just Larian.
It's just some fucking weirdo.
Alarian, you're pretty much convinced that he doesn't even know you're there.
I can keep following him.
Yeah.
What's gonna stop me?
Snake.
I will say, by the way, Vulcan, currently just in the command room. It's not a specific meeting. You can come in anytime.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's open for anybody that wishes to weigh in on this scenario.
No, my purpose would require the use of the reclusive pharmacy.
Okay.
Area.
So you walk up and there is Tiger. A pair of honor guard were talking to him and then have left.
Recluse, you're up.
Yes,
Do you have time?
of course, Brother Vulcan. Just going over things.
Yes, when you're done, please meet me in the Chapter of the Clusium. I would like to do something that hasn't been done for a while.
The glory of first blood should be for the first failings, Ajax.
Trust me, I'm not doing anything too important. Let these bicker.
Brother,
feel free to
you
walk out
know
with me, Recluse,
that
yeah.
I am always the one to do first battle. You are here for their honor, not for first blood.
You know, close the door without squeak.
You see, as you kind of look back, you see as the Primarch is literally just sitting in the throne, one leg kicked up over one of the armrests, again face palming.
Before I leave, I'm going to mention to them very loudly. You know, if we succeed in this mission, obviously the glory goes to me. Closes the door.
The argument stops temporarily as you say that. And then you hear as something gets thrown across the room.
The the sword stuck in the door.
In this case, it would be a spear.
The spear stuck in the door.
I can hear it now. Son of a rocks!
You hear as it goes, and a brightly lit spear tip with crackling energy over it can be seen just over your head. Tiger.
I'm gonna laugh. He always did hate it when I did this. That's what they get for bickering instead of going into action.
It's continuous for Kozyak. It's continuous. It's why I don't tend to show up to meetings.
Yeah, it is bothersome, but you get used to it after a while. They're always going at it anyway. You get used to it.
But for Kozyak, reason I asked for you, and I'm saying this as we walk away, is I would like to make a oath of a moment before you.
That is my job. You usually don't ask me of this, and I was wondering what you meant when you said it hasn't been done in a long time.
Yes. It is uncommon of the Astartes chapters now, though I know our chapter did it in the past. I believe some still do, and I'd like to partake of it once more.
Fine, let us go. What oath do you wish to make?
I have an oath here, Kozyak. No need to write it on a purity seal, but I'm going to kind of take off my narthecium and hand it to him. I would just like you to oversee it as I vow it to myself.
What is this oath, out of curiosity?
It is an oath to dispel a dishonor done to me. It is an oath to confirm my actions, and it is an oath to bring me back upon the right path. To resolve a problem that has been nagging at the depths of my mind since a while ago, since the beginning of this mission, which we have undertaken.
He nods. Very well. We're gonna make our way to the chapel. We're gonna head to to the front. I'm gonna turn to you, and on the slightly raised podium, and incense around music, and say, "Yo, my brother, and tell me, what oath do you wish to make?"
I'm going to kneel before Kozyak, hold up my narthecium as the object of being oathed. Kozyak, before you I say this vow, this oath of a moment. I vow to strike down this disgusting amalgamation of a foe which was released upon this world. To absolutely annihilate this foe which we had let escape. A foe which has slain two of our brothers, Tiberius and Cassicus, upon this worthless world before our very eyes. I vow to regain the honor lost upon that moment which I had failed to save our brothers. To hellfire and might, I vow to not let any more of our brothers die before my eyes.
Very well, my brother. I hear your words, and so does the Legion. In the name of the Imperium, in the name of our Legion, in the name of the Second Phalanx and all who oversee it, we hear your words. Go unto your mission, complete this oath. Find honor in your actions and your words, and find honor and glory. May you complete this task, and complete your oath. May you come back to us, successful, and if not alive, let you be put into the honorable records.
It shall be done, Reclusiok. It shall be done. I'm going to stand. I'm going to look for my Narthecium back.
Hands it over.
Equip it. And I am going to let the offer to let the Reclusiok walk out first, and for us to continue upon our duties.
All right. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
All right. Does anybody else have any last-minute actions?
I wanted to just get what's it called? 4 doses of stim and 2 of what is that? Slot for my injector.
Easily done.
Before I leave the med bay.
Yep. Very well. As all of you begin to kind of gather up, I believe you guys are split across the 2 different two different groups. So the guardsmen, you guys actually find transport on one of the bulk lifters that are carrying the rest of, or another platoon of one of the 700th. These are veterans, but they're not familiar to you, at least not immediately. And their sergeant speaks to them. Hold true to your beliefs. Have faith in the Emperor of Mankind, for he will deliver you. Fire true. And rely upon the brother next to you. For we are all brothers and sisters of the Imperium. And with our glorious Primarch leading us, an honorable and holy son of the Emperor, we cannot fail! And you hear as the man goes, yeah! There's a general feeling of elation and a kind of almost release as the moment that everybody has kind of just like been mentally preparing for has kind of come to fruition. As you guys get exit the entry point of the atmosphere and have basically come into the kind of the calm of where where you're just about to land, you can kind of see as the back part of the bulk lifter opens, a massive hole has been opened from the lower hive into the underhive. Some sporadic las fire and the occasional incandescent beam of light that comes from a Volkite weapon can be seen firing into the hole. And you can see as a already formed line of Astartes make up the kind of the first line of defense. A much taller figure can be seen in the center of it, occasionally making a swipe of a sword as a tyrannid / human-like creature comes charging forward at him. The swipes you could see easily either decapitate, bifurcate, or completely just rip asunder whatever comes in his path. The battle has already begun. Let me see if I can get to here. No. That music won't do. Let's do Fate of the Epistate.
I'll make that noises,
Maybe. Why is it not playing? I do not understand this.
Leroy, help me make bad noises.
Well, I had really cool combat music. That's fine. We can always use in-game. Oh, okay. None of my stuff is working. That's fun. Stand by. Oh, hey, there we go. Nope, that's not working.
The theme song, Rip and Tear, just starts playing.
The demon portal opens.
We save that for when the Reclusiarch finally gets to fight the Bloodthirster he wants to square up with.
Technically, he's already done that, not in lore, but he's already gotten to fight a Bloodthirster.
It was a 2-on-1, didn't count.
Why is that one not working? This makes no sense. But it works whenever I refresh the page. Whatever. Anyway.
Because I've been hearing them.
Yeah, it's just not working for me. Which means that nobody else in the audience can hear it. Anyway,
Yep.
so you guys are seeing the early points of the battle as more and more troops keep getting dropped in. The occasional land raider can be seen with its guns already pointed towards the hole as more and more Astartes begin being dropped in, or not dropped in, but landed in. You guys are only about 3 miles away from the ingress point that you have been using thus far. And it seems as the more troops that get pulled in, the more frequent the fighting at the edge of the hole becomes. Tiger and Vaughan, as you guys are brought in on one of the Stormbirds that are bringing in one of the phalanxes from the first, or one of the cohorts from one of the first phalanx. You can already see from kind of a share feed from the front line. First blood glory went to the honor guard, but not particularly from any doing of Marcus Aurelius or Ajax, either one of them.
They got beaten to it with all that bickering. It wasn't even them.
And you remember just before you left, they were still bickering up in orbit, even though their phalanxes are being brought in.
Forces had already landed before they even stepped foot on the planet. I bet you First Blood was before they even stopped bickering.
But as you kind of chuckle to yourself, you begin to see that the happy-go-lucky time is going to be short-lived, as you can just barely see from the helmet feed of one of the phalanx leaders that there are much more enemy forces incoming. As you finally make planetfall, the troops immediately rush to the front lines, and you can see as what they're trying to do. They're trying to push their way into the hole so that they can focus all of their strength towards at least particular points in the enemy lines. Imperial guardsmen are shouting orders left and right. You could see as large armored vehicles, Lehman Russes, Macarius, and one or two Baneblades that have now been pulled up into the front line from heavy bulk lifters, dropping them in, immediately begin to mass their fire with the rest of the Astartes who are holding the line as best they can. Not quite. The Astartes are mostly partaking in melee combat. They are literally there to hold the line as best they can and hold the enemy in place. It's rare to see so much firepower brought into what is essentially a very small area. And over the shared Vox link with the rest of the squad, you hear the Primarch's voice. Reclusiac, I just got word that you made the planetfall. Take your forces and go down the other ingress. Hurry!
Over the squad frequency. Combat's already started, boys. Get your gear and let's get a move on. We don't want to miss the show.
I do have a question, Crusade.
Mm-hmm.
Pax with us, right? Of course.
Pax with you.
I don't know if you can listen to me, but I assume we have a couple drums of that enzyme, right?
Yeah.
Get that Dogrin to carry the enzymes. I'm kind of like point at the drums.
Pac-Man just kind of walks over and grabs like the drum from top and bottom and just kind of holds it onto his top over his back, like he's holding like onto his shoulders, so he's holding it in a more stable position.
Yeah.
Mad Maka, get your Argon to do the same.
All right, Bob, show them how you can lift stuff, and Hey, Bob Strog. He's gonna pick it up.
The two Ogryn pick up the enzyme barrels easily enough. It's about the weight of a regular pack for them. No pun intended.
Oh boy.
As you guys kind of look over your shoulder, you see as the first deaths have already begun to take hold. This fight is brutal as monstrous creatures begin to kind of crawl their way out of the hole. The Astartes hold the line incredibly well against such odds as the super heavy vehicles open fire on it. It looks like the combination of a Hierophant and some like sickening human like giant. For its front two like appendages are actual like human hands, human arms. While its rear are the actual like insect reptilian like legs that the Hierophant has. It slams its fist down, and you see as a shower of Imperial Guardsmen go flying everywhere. As a team of Astartes begin to try to chop at the arm, you could see huge gashes of flesh are ripped asunder from it, but it still continues to go. A Baneblade rolls backwards a little bit, turns its main turret towards the face, and fires one shot. Half the face gets blown off, but the creature still seems to keep coming. You see as finally the Primarch kind of leaps into battle. Jumping off of one of the hoplons from one of the Phalanx troops, he jumps up and basically begins to try to shove his swords into the remaining brain matter that makes up the Hierophant's remainder of its head. Finally, it seems that adrenaline and pure rage is not enough to keep the creature alive as it falls to the ground.
Can I roll for mysterious erection?
You
What
fail.
the fuck did I just hear?
You fail.
Probably don't want to know.
There is a clear and present erection.
It is quite obvious that Cal is wearing baggy pants. You see as the Primarch looks towards your direction. Go now!
We're already moving.
Well, we're moving faster now.
Jump packs!
You guys immediately head down the shaft. Falling is not quite as... it doesn't take quite as long as taking the elevator down, which you guys definitely probably don't wait for, as time now becomes of the essence.
I mean, of course you don't wait for the elevator. That's what the jump packs were for.
This time you can jump down the hole with purpose, Calvin. Not Calvin. Again.
And a chance to survive, too.
Alright, so you guys begin falling. I mean, it's still a significant time of falling, but as you guys near the end, I'm not gonna make you guys roll for it because it's not really worth it right now. You guys fire the jetpacks. The light from all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 10, 11 of you, is almost blinding. Yeah, plus comrades. Holy shit, plus comrades. Is almost blinding, and your eyes take a second to adjust. And those of you wearing photovisors or, photovisors, are momentarily blinded. But you manage to make the fall proper. You look around. And let me get you over to the map that you're at.
Are we considered ODSTs now?
Not quite.
Helltroopers.
You're considered to be a special trooper.
In all senses.
Yeah, I was going to say in all senses of the word.
I mean, as Canadian shock troopers.
And all since this is
Stand
mental and
by, and
physical,
I'll
you are
get you
special.
guys. I will get you guys over to the map. Oh, you're already there. I just didn't reset you. My bad.
All I see is darkness.
Why is Alarian
There is
the
no
only one I
light
can see?
here. There is no light
Oh,
here.
because he literally went on the way other side from you guys.
There's nothing but darkness.
Yeah, I got nothing.
My roll 20 client.
Is this reality?
Oh, darkness, my
Is
old
this real
friend.
life?
Truth?
Is this just fantasy?
See?
Real life? Is this Warhammer Fantasy?
We
Got no
wake
landslide?
up. We wake up in the
Oh, there it is.
in the vampire tombs.
No new overlay for NVG.
Give a bit.
There we go.
Man's working on it.
Oh wait, why is there 2 Alarians? What the fuck?
Oh,
Oh no, he's duplicate. He's
Okay.
the Clunjutsu.
Hey, Tuni was showing me the new overlays you guys are going to use for.
Oh
your
yeah,
dark-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Actually,
know.
hold on.
Guys,
Bye, guys.
Alarian's pretty sus right now. I think he's the imposter.
Send him out.
Do we vent him?
Dude,
And electrical.
Cryley, why do you always get like shot out when it isn't you as well?
Because nobody trusts me.
I saw Alarian vent. It was him.
Oh no, Cal, you're being pretty sus, dude.
I don't know.
Accusing
I feel
him
like
of
that's
stuff.
a self-report. Right
Yeah,
I
accusing
was
him
in
of stuff.
shields fucking up the shields.
Accusing him of stuff. Yeah. Get him out of here. Get him out.
Where were you, Vakken? Weren't you in communications? What were you doing there? You don't know how to read.
Nah, bruh. I was doing the Simon Says, you know.
You don't know how to read, huh?
I don't know how to read.
Shut up.
Bro, I can vouch for him. I passed him on my way to electrical.
Oh, my skills.
Meanwhile,
Oh, he's not here.
Poor Firefox last game cry.
That was so funny. McCall just all ends him and then
I
Oh,
regret
it's great.
nothing.
I mean, hey, McNoll saw your double kill and ran from it, right? He noticed that.
All I want is a VR version of Among Us, so that way we can have a horror game.
There is.
Imagine that.
What?
I know, I've seen it. It's fucking great. There's a VR
Um,
version of Among Us. It's super creepy.
Hold on,
Alright,
hold on.
Before you start asking questions, yes, it's supposed to be green.
No. Why are my comrades smaller than me?
Scaling.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Hey, don't tell her
I
Cluesiac
just see a
I'm
black
bigger than him.
screen.
You don't need your comrades for this. Alright, well, you know what? Fine, take him.
He's adding things to it.
Fine, take him.
Hey, don't tell the Reclusiarch, but I'm bigger than him.
Reap.
Ooh. Hey boys. 5'11", 6.
Yeah, I think
5'11" versus 6 foot.
is a bit off.
6 foot boys.
There you go. And
Alright.
there you go. Just for scaling.
What?
Pack strong.
Yeah,
Back
ogres
blurry.
are huge.
Ogrins are
Oh,
larger
that's
than
an
Astartes.
Ogren.
Ogrins are larger than Astartes.
Oh, he's so blurry.
Look at Pack, bro. Pack going wild.
He's moving too quick for you, say.
Back on ham.
Pack can use our Pack can use our squad mode, right? Tiger? We agreed on
Oh, yeah. You can enter squad mode. Yeah.
Just give him a Astartes helmet so he can get on the comms.
I like the mini trooper. It's pretty good. Oh, there it is.
It would make sense for Gums, to be honest. Half everybody has
Beat
miniatures.
King streaming.
Thanks, Achilles.
Your friend's doing wild, Breezy. He's doing good, man.
Yes. Everyone, go check out my friend. He's screaming. After
No.
our stream, of course.
Don't leave this. Please don't leave. No, come back.
Yeah, after ours. After ours.
Okay, yeah, my comrades are way too big for this. Come to think of it, let's pretend they're there.
Alright, can you guys actually see yourselves?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Pack?
Pack good. What? It's about Vulcan is the same size.
I'm a big boy.
Oh right. Now I realize what changed. It used to be 1 cube big, now 4 cubes big.
On this map, yeah.
Okie doke.
Should it be correctly scaled for everything else now too?
It should be correctly scaled to everything else that you guys are experiencing in here. At least for this section. I know that the rest of the maps that you guys will be on, you're already placed, or you're at least in the GM layer. So that's all we needed actually. That's all I need to actually see.
Yeah. Also, anybody who has Prey Sense, I know, should have a red instead of green overlay.
You just got Presence, so that wasn't actually changed yet.
Right.
I don't have a red overlay green. Don't worry about it.
You guys don't.
It's cosmetic. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Kiki.
This is a little more atmospheric though, because if you can't see those who can see out the door, our vision is limited.
I like Breezy's light source. That's really nice.
And each scale and each square, if I can remember to scale, is half a meter. It's still going to say 1, but divide the number that you measure by 2.
I can't do math.
What's my light source?
Do you see how you have like a light source around you, Breezy? Like,
yeah.
I am doing 55 miles per hour.
He's not actually.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. It's a everyone who has like photovisors, it's a green hue, right? For what they see, it's green. But around you, since your swords glow, it's actually normal color, like in a circle.
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty legit.
It's a 5 meter distance, so.
Yeah,
No,
Hituni spent 2 hours figuring out how to make all that work for you guys.
Thanks, Hituni.
Thank
You are
you,
based.
Hituni.
Hituni's a god.
We spent 6 hours talking about it after the last session ended.
All right, you guys hit the ground and are immediately met with darkness.
Until the photovisors kick in.
As your photovisors adjust to give you guys visibility, you see emptiness, a desolate wasteland similar to the one before. Because I didn't want to spend the time deleting all the fucking waterways, just use Theater of the Mind for this. The waterways here are all dried up.
I'm gonna turn off the switch in my mind that sees water. God.
Like, putting the water down took me like...
No, I get you.
Yeah. No, like, I remember, like, it took me like 3 hours to put all those waterways the way they should have been. And I was just like, you know what? I really don't want to undo that because it took me so long to do it.
I understand the pain, you know? Like armor map making when you want 2 objects to actually not clip.
Yep. Alright, guys. What are you doing?
Alright, summer zone. Let's move. No time to waste.
Yep.
To the hole.
Let's move out.
Tend to get a squadron, move up.
You said jump backs don't give other bonuses except falling, so they can't just go across this, right?
Can you attach me to Tiger?
Yeah, that is still there. That little thing is still there.
Oh wait, if there's no water,
Give me
they can just...
Breezy.
Yeah, you can just walk across.
Give me Breezy. I want Breezy.
Wait, we can walk across them?
There's no
Yeah.
water
Water's
there.
there.
There's no water there.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Maybe we'll be there just for Gums because he's short, so he still takes acid damage. Right?
Yeah, whenever Gums walks in it, he still feels the pain of the burning.
Come on, Ogre. Keep up.
The ogre's gonna screech through the gap. He's bigger than all of you.
It is actually really cool, and I can see Breezy outside of my range.
Alright.
We're closer. I remember where we're going, right?
The hole that we encountered is just down this passage.
Yep.
Making everything a slight shade of green apparently confuses me in terms of direction.
Is it causing you any issues, Tiger?
Nope.
Huh?
As in spatial issues or
This is really cool. We're just like moving
like
along.
lag.
No, like. See.
All right, as you guys
Aren't you
approach the.
colorblind?
Oops, sorry.
Hole.
All right. As you guys reach the cavern or the chasm that you remember fighting the gatekeeper at, a plume of greenish style steam billows from the bottom.
Ready to flare?
I sure do hope I'm not killing myself here.
What are you doing, Reclusiarch?
Well, if it's down there.
That's why we throw gums first.
Well, seeing as I'm the only person who can come back up if I fall.
True. Have fun.
Into the jaws of death and into the mouth of hell.
Oh.
We do have clip drop harnesses and grapnel lines. We can rappel down if we need to.
Speed is key.
You can hook them up here, but you don't need to go down them. You can just fall.
I mean, hook them and throw them down to get back up in the future.
I'm gonna wait to hear that there's actually something that I can survive when I get down there.
Yeah, waiting for the impact or the call up would be nice.
I'm gonna pop an IR flare and toss it.
That works too.
Or an IR glow stick, either or.
Okay. You pop an IR glow stick, and it falls.
What falls faster, a Space Marine or an RF glow stick?
Same
speed.
Same speed. Gravity acts upon all objects at the same rate.
Depending
but
on
the
weight,
wind
but...
is...
It has nothing.
Air resistance, but
air resistance, yes, has nothing to do with weight.
I don't know,
Velocity is
Achilles.
the same for
Tiger's
basically
head,
everything.
Tiger's head is full of a lot of hot air. That's going to have something that pushes you up, right?
Ouch.
And Breezy goes falling too.
Hold on, are we
the
not
falls
dead,
the same
by the
speed,
way?
but I think
'Cause if so, let's just
Tiger
all
might
look
have a
at
higher terminal velocity.
So, you guys fall, and fall, and fall, and fall, and fall, and finally, you hit the bottom, igniting your assault packs, or in this particular case, for those who jump without them, grab chutes. You touch down in a kind of a primordial soup sort of consistency of liquid. However, we'll pick that up next week.
Aww.
I will actually give you guys a sneak peek though, because I'm kind of proud of it.
A sneak peek into what we're gonna die in.
We see what we land. What we get to see what we see when we land at the bottom. English.
A nice black screen.
Hold on.
Into
Holy
the soup, brother.
We're
You
dead.
died.
Cool.
You died. Comes up in red.
Oh fuck, dude, we're dead. Nice.
You see in the top right.
Peters, how'd you like your 2 weeks of Orbita?
That was great. I lived a long 2 days
Oh,
of the
fuck.
Crusade.
To be fair,
Later,
you've lived.
Achilles starts telling the story. Yeah, so anyway, they just jumped into a pit of acid. I really don't understand what I could have done to stop them.
It's okay. Hold on. Give me a second.
To be fair, you've lived longer than most of Gum's comrades.
Really dead set of jumping down that hole.
Yeah, I have a jump pack, it's fine.
I know what it feels to be powerful now.
And they were never heard from again.
It's only a D6 a turn, so you just have to move really, really fast.
I mean, a D6 a turn. Ooh.
Shit, we lost the ogre.
You look at.
Oh.
Hey, we're set on a smiley face.
Oh yeah, we are.
Spooky.
They look like clowns.
Oh, it's actually pretty good.
Oh.
The fluid that you guys are in reaches up to about the Astartes' waist and upper chest of the rest of you, minus the Ogren. Gums, It
You're
is.
drowning.
Yeah, you're actually kind of swimming in the shit. I will go ahead and be kind on you, and you actually reach the edge, so that you're
I
not.
was gonna hold his head underwater.
Water. You jackass.
And that's where we're gonna pick up next week.
Long feels in the way.
Bye, Steve.
Bye,
Night.
Steve.
Bye, stream.
We'll pick up next
Trade
week as
game
to
over.
finding out what you guys do in what we have kind of called the underhive biomass processing.
We're all gonna die.
Everyone have a good night.
Well,
Thanks
most
for
of us.
joining us. I hope to see you guys next week.
Bye.
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 Find out how we can TPK the group.